Oh, I'm an idiot. My bad. It'll be on in just a second. Okay. My bad. So, I mean, that's my only thing is that, I mean, again, I don't think that this was done on purpose or anything. Just, I don't know what kind of, I don't know what kind of answers she was hoping to get from a live stream. And I worry that discussing all this could have done harm. See, because I'm, like I said earlier, I'm not a lawyer. None of us are. I don't think any of us really are attorneys. So we don't even have the knowledge to know what we don't know. So we don't have any clue as to what kind of harm we could possibly cause, you know, on top of anything that we think we might possibly cause. So that's my only thing. Is that's why I didn't discuss it or go forward with, you know, a month ago or so when someone messaged me, and I see their concerns and everything. But like the posts and stuff that I sent screenshots of, like I said, I couldn't even access those anymore. Like those were gone. So I don't know how any of us without some sort of, I don't know, expertise or position of law enforcement could really get to the bottom of anything. Oh, you didn't even hear me. Are you kidding? Oh my God. Okay. My bad. Sorry. I got a lot going on here right now. Our dog's not feeling good, and I just got out of work a little while ago and stuff. So sorry. Okay. I want to first say that you can disagree with something someone does and still agree with them as a person. So as a person, as a content creator, and as a colleague, I fully and entirely support Charlotte. Okay. I'm still subscribed to her. I'm going to stay that way. I'm going to continue to watch her live streams and partake in her community. So I don't want this to be anything more than what it really is. I don't exactly agree with what she did today in her life by calling attention to all of this, and I say that only because, like, if I were in her shoes, I'm not a lawyer, and more importantly, I'm not a lawyer read into this case, so I don't know what calling anything into question what kind of harm it would cause, because someone wrote me about a month ago. They sent me a DM, and I'm not going to share who it was. I'm not going to share anything they said in the DMs, and at most I might share what I said, but that's it. But they wrote to me with their concerns about Nat and everything, and all these other accounts, and I don't think that they were lying or that they had nefarious intentions. I'm not saying that. It's just the information that they shared with me through screenshots and stuff, I couldn't find myself anymore. I couldn't. So, I mean, what more? I don't see what I could have added to the whole discussion. So I didn't, like, I don't know, I didn't make a video about it or whatever. I didn't go public, whatever, however you want to word it. Because I don't know what kind of harm it could have caused, because I understand having questions or concerns and curiosities, but I don't know, and I'm not even, none of us know really. So I don't know. It's just, and then also too, I mean, if you want answers and everything, then I wonder, I put myself in her shoes. If I wanted answers, then I think I would choose actions that would be more likely to produce my answers. Like maybe I would reach out to Saltsy, maybe someone else involved, or anything, But a live stream, though, I'm not sure what kind of answers that would provide me. And again, this isn't. Please don't take this the wrong way. I fully love Charlotte and I completely support her. It's just I question what kind of harm someone is ignorant as me, is untrained, is uneducated in this field, what kind of harm I could unknowingly or even knowingly cause, that's all. And I get, and she's right about one thing. I do think a lot of people, and myself included, in this community, what is up with my light? What does my light look like? Shit. I don't know. Oh, could that be why? No, maybe not. Oh my God. I'm not having a good day. Just not. 1 second. Let me try to fix the lighting a little. Why isn't it on night shift? It still looks like shit. I don't get it. Oh my god, this thing. God damn it. I give up. Fuck it. Anyways. So yeah, that's all I wanted to really say was I love Charlotte. I fully support her as a person, as a content creator, as a colleague. I'm going to absolutely continue to subscribe to her. I think she's wonderful. I'm just not sure that her making a video about all this was the best thing for the situation at hand. And I understand that she wants answers. I get that, and she has every right to answers. I'm just not sure what kind of answers she was hoping to get from a live stream. Because I would think that going directly to someone who could help or something might be a better course of action. Oh my God. What do I got here? See, it's having this freaking window open. That's what's making it so different. Oh, that's better. Okay. All right. My bad. Sorry. Well, you see, answers for what? What I'm saying is because she kept saying earlier today in her live stream that she's just asking questions. She's just asking questions. Well, if you're asking questions in hopes of obtaining an answer, then I'm not sure how that was supposed to give you an answer. And I'm not saying that this was like a tactic or anything, because I can't tell you how many times I have sat there and said, I'm just asking questions, and all the while I think I'm asking questions until it dawns on me or whatever, like, wait a minute, I don't really care if I get an answer. I just want to ask the question, And I'm not saying that she did this intentionally or whatever. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and this wasn't what it was at all. But I'm just saying I'm not sure what kind of answers and you could hope to get through this tactic. That's all. Okay. So, Marissa, she says I missed a lot of Charlotte's live. I listen to Charlotte. I listen to Dottie. I listen to Red. Like most of the time, I'm at work. I heard today though. I listened to Charlotte's entire live stream. So she was questioning some things with the whole Natalie situation and the hackers and in the declaration by Natalie and stuff. And I mean, I'm not saying that these aren't even valid questions. I'm not saying that. I don't know. I don't have the expertise to know. I'm not read in on anything to know. I have no way of knowing. And I think that's important to remember. Like she has every right to ask questions. Absolutely. And we all would have a right to ask questions. And even if we're not involved, we still have a right to ask any question we want. I just wonder though, if it was the right thing to do. Thank you, Cindy. I'm not upset. It's been a stressful day. It was my daughter's birthday and we went out shopping and then I had to go to work and then I'm home and the dog's not feeling well and it's crazy. So. Well, I mean, and like I was saying, you cannot agree with something someone does and still agree with them as a person. I mean, out of all the things I've seen Charlotte do, probably like 100 or more things I've seen her do that I completely agree with. This is just one thing I just don't. That's all. And you're going to have that with anyone. You're going to disagree with some things you do yourself, It's not a big deal as far as that goes. But I do worry, though, what kind of harm this might have caused, and I hope that it hasn't caused any. And I have no doubt that she had no intention of causing harm. So, I mean, but, all right, on that note. Oh, wait, I didn't realize how many people I had in here. Shoot. Oh, well, I said I'd do it, so. Okay. if anyone wants to come in and talk, did I really just do that? Okay. Anyways, yes, if anyone wants to come in and talk, there's the link. And by all means, share with me your opinion if you like. Why is nothing working tonight? It's crazy. It might just be me, though, that's kind of screwing it up. Let's see. All right. Thank you, Anne-Marie, I'm guessing. Oh, yeah, you did make a sound. Hey, Waxy.
Hey, how are ya?
Good, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm pretty upset about tonight, but
Why is that?
Well, the Twitter.
I haven't. I honestly haven't even seen Twitter yet. So what?
It's bad.
How bad is it?
It's real bad.
Okay.
Charlotte has been doxxed, and it's bullying. There's
right. Okay.
What happened today, what Charlotte had to say is Charlotte's truth. Nobody is understanding that Charlotte has been harassed and bullied terrible behind the scenes.
Right. I don't doubt that.
So she's reaching out with what she has, her real truth in this. That's what happened today. And for this to go to Twitter and for what they have said about Charlotte,
right, yeah,
is
it's uncalled for. There's no justification for it, no matter what. I completely agree.
I can't even tell you, Erin. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. This is KJ level.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Real bad. So
yeah, and honestly, if anyone, I mean, I hope no one in the chat's doing this, but I mean, if you are, I'm going to ask, just stop and think for a moment, because like I said, you can disagree with something someone did and still agree with who they are as a person. I mean, no one's going to make us happy all the time, and I'm not going to make any of you happy all the time. You know what I mean? It's
right.
just it's life. So I really hope whoever's doing that, I really hope that they stop. So.
Oh yeah, it really says more about that person than it says anything about Charlotte.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And I just want to say this. I've never really said this on my stream, and I've never really said this with another creator. As everybody, Erin and I've never talked before. This is our first
time, this
right?
is yeah, honestly, it's the first time.
Yes. But what I've seen is we have all come together as a community because there's a creator that has upset all of us big time. But what I don't like is, let's say we have the glue, the glue that keeps us together. But then if a creator gets a beef with another creator, and I liked them both.
Right.
I can no longer talk about them in any way because somebody took one of their sides, and all of a sudden, you know what I'm talking about? All of a sudden,
oh yeah, I see it too. Yes,
it's like, well, great. Now I can't really be friends with either one of them because I will alienate a portion of my audience that believes in whichever side.
Right. Yeah. I did a podcast, not a podcast. I did a video about a podcast, and someone had left a comment saying that they're glad that. Wait, why can't I hear you?
I'm here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong screen. So it's been one of those days. Okay. So anyways,
I heard.
So they left a comment saying that they were glad to have this information. Now they'll know not to support him. I'm like, oh my God, no, please. I don't want that. I don't want my video to have done that. By all means, if you want to, please subscribe to him, view him. I subscribe to him still, just please. I will never ask that, nor will I ever want that from you. So don't, it's just, but you're right. And I've seen it in this community. I've seen it in probably every community, if I think about it, but I've been most active in this community. So, but I mean, I don't know. we're not all kids to fight over, that's what it seems like when you're a viewer or a subscriber. It seems like sometimes the two creators are fighting over their kids, I don't know. That's what it looks like.
I've reached out to Charlotte because what I just feel she needs to know there are people that are supporting her. It just went too far. Okay.
Right.
It just went too far. And when everything gets exposed and comes out, I think it's going to open a lot of people's eyes. It's not all what we've seen. There's things I have seen myself I can't talk about, but there are things that it's not all that it seems. So I think everyone should maybe take a pause and like take a deep breath and wait. Now, as far as
Yes.
Charlotte's concerned, she's really in it. No, none of us have been harassed and catfished, and it's just been one after another. It's been like over a month now of constant harassment. So which one of us could take it and not try to find a
Right. Right. I mean, I've been through it, just not
oh,
from this community.
okay.
When in the vaccine community, they're on Facebook. I've been through it several times, but yes, the first few times you go through it's nerve wracking. I mean, very first time it kept me up for like 3 days because I was afraid if I wasn't monitoring it, then someone would post something that would go too far, and then what if I missed a warning? It consumed me for like those 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm desensitized to it now, but I mean, I get it. I understand what things are. I have a very good idea of how things must have been for her this past month. And she does have my empathy. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I can understand getting to a point where you don't know what else to do. I mean, I get that.
Right.
I don't agree with the route that she has chosen to take or whatever right now. But I agree with her being frustrated. I agree with her wanting answers. I agree with her being scared. I agree with all that. And I take that into consideration, and I really hope everyone else does too.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you know exactly how she feels or what she's going through, and you would not have made that decision, it doesn't matter because it's still subjective. You don't know what their past experiences have been like for them to be influenced to decide what they decided. You don't get it. So
Right. That's very well put, Erin. I agree with that. We can agree to disagree on
right.
what
Yes. Yeah.
she's done, but and I agree with you. I do not know how far I would have pushed and what I would have said if this was a month of this happening to me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I believe everybody in our audience right now would agree with that. They
Right. Yeah.
What would you do if someone was getting that much pressure, that much, it's
Mm-hmm.
harassment. And she has reached out, I believe, to the authorities, and I think there's things going on behind the scenes, but it takes time, and that doesn't give her answers yet to what the
Right.
heck happened.
Right.
So
Yeah. It's not, the not knowing is very strong. I just want to say that Jackie Hall, thank you for the super chat. And she says, adore you both. Charlotte is now being full on harassed. What can we do? And that's a great question. I don't know the answer to it, but it's a great question.
well,
But I think
can do is try to calm all this down.
yeah,
And
absolutely, yes. And just if you see it happening, I mean, I understand it can be nerve wracking, I think, to speak out against I don't want to say mob, but even just like majority will say, or whatever the case is, to
right,
speak out
right,
against something
right.
online. I get it. It's nerve wracking, but
And
if you think you can
it
handle it,
do it. I mean, to know that there's people that will wholeheartedly disagree with you, it takes balls to go, I'm going to
yeah,
try to speak my truth and try to find the answers that I personally need. The community maybe doesn't feel that way, but they're
Mhm.
not going through it. That's all I wanted to say that.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. It's, but I mean, just, I don't, this is, I mean, this is someone, if you've been bothering her, Charlotte or whatever, I would like you to ask yourself a question. Have you enjoyed her live streams in the past, her content, whatever? Have you agreed? Have you enjoyed being part of her community? Have you enjoyed any other things that she has done?
Hmm.
And I'd like to ask that you just consider that for a moment before you decide to have one thing be the deciding factor on how you go forward in treating this person. Um, I mean, I have to stop and ask myself this all the time, and
Sure.
sometimes I don't. So, um, so I don't want to come off that way. It just, I mean, I don't know. Just there's so much more to Charlotte than one thing you disagree with.
Right.
And
Right.
I mean, I know I've enjoyed everything else about her. So,
Right. Well, I'm definitely um, sending her all the positive vibes I can, because this tonight went way too far. So um,
yeah,
it's made me sick. It's actually made me sick to think someone would talk like that.
yeah, I gotta check out Twitter. I haven't even looked at it
Oh, honey, it's
yet. But Twitter's
not great.
usually kind of a cesspool, but it sounds like it's worse than usual.
It is. It's way worse, and I believe there's people in the audience probably are aware of that too. And there's, I mean, doxing is doxing, and it's
Wait,
all it's awful.
Shaky Boomer says the docs was hard to unsee. It was effective in changing everything. What?
What'd she say?
Um, the docs was hard to unsee. It was effective in changing everything. Not sure. Are you talking about like Charlotte being doxed tonight, or the docs
Yes,
from? Oh,
Charlotte's been
okay.
doxed. Yeah. Um, in the meanest possible way. It's not her name, it's not her address. It's her history, and it's was used
Oh,
as a bully tactic because somebody got miffed. They got timed out in Charlotte's stream today.
I mean, this is someone who's a part of. I mean, if you're a part of this community, if you're invested and involved enough to be upset over something someone does in this community, then you are a part of this community. So when you go after someone, you are attacking a part of this community. You're harassing a part of this
Mhm,
community.
mhm.
I mean, just I really wish people wouldn't do that. I mean, I don't know. It's
It's the old
bottom line is
story
you
of
have to learn
people
to
in
live.
glass houses don't throw stones. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Which one of
that
us
and
could do that?
oh yeah,
I can't. You
yeah,
know,
no.
I don't know anybody that could, to be honest.
No, absolutely not. You could pick one week, any week out of my life, and I wouldn't be able to do that. But I mean, also too, I want to be able to sleep at night, and I mean, it's hard to not let someone else's actions influence your reactions. I get that, um, but bottom line is, it doesn't matter because it's your actions that you have to face and you have to deal with and you have to learn to live with. So, I mean, regardless of what someone else does, just stop. Do I really want to be known for doing this? Do I really want this other person to have known that I did this to them? You know, do I want to look at myself in the mirror? What if, you know, what,
Well,
I don't know.
there's no coming back from what this person did tonight. There's no coming back from it. There's no excuse. The community is not going to be okay with it. So whatever they thought they were doing to Charlotte makes them look so bad that there's
Do we know who it was? I mean,
oh yeah,
you don't have to say who it was. I mean, I don't want to add fuel to the
we
fire.
all know.
We all know.
We
Okay.
all know. Yep. Hmm. Yep. We sure do. And I think every one of us would have considered her, I don't know, friend's too big a word, maybe, but a comrade, a buddy. Um,
Wow.
so, I mean, the infighting is,
Yeah. I mean, you're going to see that to some degree anywhere you go. Anywhere there's humans, you're going to have, people not getting along, whatever.
hmm yeah, that's
But
true.
yeah, I mean, you doesn't mean you have to take things to the extreme or to the mattresses every time, I mean,
Hmm. When I read it, it was like And what purpose did this serve? Yeah, you spewed your anger, but what purpose did it really serve?
Yeah, did this doxing, if it was done in defense of Nat or whatever, or in defense of everything that involves, like, I guess, a different thinking or whatever conclusion that Charlotte came to, what did this dox do to help Nat? What did it do to help credit Nat or anything? I mean, it didn't help at all, then you didn't do it for that reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
that's really my point. I
yeah.
sat there and thought, oh my God, come on. This is somebody that I would have tweeted with, retweeted. And then I'm like, why would you do this? And there just is no good reason. She just went too far. She got angry and I guess really angry. But in the weird part is she maybe had some points on trying to take her side, like defending Nat, um, having feelings towards Nat.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Charlotte has what she's living through. So if you were trying to help Nat, it's like, well, none of this did. Absolutely none of it. It's the biggest waste of an evening, only except it went so cockeyed sideways that now it's disgusting. Now it's terrible. I just can't even. Wow. Shocking.
Yeah, I'm dying to know who it is now, but well, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, you will. Well, thank you. I don't know if anybody else wants to come on, but thank you for letting me come on. I was thinking of going live for a minute because I was going to share, what I'm sharing here. So I really appreciate that you let me come on and speak.
Oh, I'm glad you did. I'm not going to be on for too long, so if you want to go live in a little bit,
No, I don't. I think I've said what I need to. So I appreciate that you let me.
Thank you so much for coming on. And it's nice to finally talk to you.
Yes, you too. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Bye to your audience. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. I will put it in there again in case anyone else wants to come on. There. Okay, and I just got to see. Oh, all right, I just got a DM too about who was. No kidding. See, I never would have known that because she has me blocked on Twitter, so I don't know. I love that this thing beeps. Hey, T-Spiracy.
Hi, Erin. How are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. I'm just joining a little late. I just kind of got the end of Waxy. I mean, I just love Waxy, man. She's such a smart lady. You are too, man. You guys look at the big picture and try to understand everybody, and that's really important, like it really is right now.
It is, yes.
Yeah. I'm just, yeah, and I'm just really sad that I'm sad that some people are being called racist. I'm sad that Dr. Cross feels like there is, classism and racism going on. And I understand her point. I understand how it's harder for AG to get ahead. I mean, it's like everybody has their own perspective and everybody can be right from their own perspective. It doesn't mean that we have to be nasty to each other. It just hurts my heart to see this. It does.
Exactly. Yeah. And even like I was saying, you can disagree because I don't know if you caught, I don't agree with how Charlotte went about this tonight, but I completely agree with Charlotte as a person. I agree with her as a content creator. I agree with her as a colleague. I love her. I'm going to continue to be subscribed to her and watch her content and be a part of her lives and her community. Right. Out of all the 100 things that she's done that I completely agree with, this is just one thing I just don't. That's all.
Right, right. And people think that, as far as creators go, they expect every creator to be perfect. And you're like, people do things, man. They do it. And for example, I'm just going to give an example, like that creator Sloan, right? Sloan is a very likable dude. He is. I think he's adorable. I love him. But a couple weeks ago, he made a bad move. He had some of his followers go after somebody and he messed up. He did. But you know, he got emotional and made a bad choice. Like, did Charlotte do that? Not really. Charlotte's been struggling with this for a while, you know, a while.
Right. Yeah.
And she
I
didn't
don't.
want to
Yeah. I
hurt
don't know.
anybody. She was putting other people above herself for a long time for this reason. Like, you gotta people gotta understand that. Like, you know, this has been going on a while for her, from
Yeah.
what I understand now, you know? Like, that's not fair that she suffered in silence, you know, afraid, you know? That's not cool. Like, not like there's so many things that are not good, but going after each other, man, is just really
Yeah.
not good, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Like I was saying too. I mean, if you're invested and involved enough in this community to the point that you're upset over what someone in this community did, you know, like Charlotte here, then by you going after Charlotte, you're effectively attacking part of your own community, because
Right. Like, why?
she's a part of this, and so are you. So what? I mean,
Right. I
this
mean, I
isn't
get
helping.
emotional too. I leave comments out of, like, you know, emotional, whatever. Like, we're all human beings. Like, at the end of the day, man, we're all human beings, and we're all emotional people. Like, I mean, some of us are anyway.
Mhm.
Some people pride themselves on not showing emotion on YouTube. It's like, give me a break, dude. You know, I think the people on YouTube that I like anyways do show emotion and do show humility and do show that there's a human side to them that they're not trying to hide. And I think a lot of creators, especially, you know, KJ, for example, she gave this facade that she was this person, and then it all fell apart and we saw who she
Yeah.
really
Exactly.
was.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and that's what
Exactly.
I
If she
never
just owned
wanted.
half the if she just owned half the things about her, then people would probably
Right.
love her.
Own your nasty, right, guys? Just own
Yeah.
your nasty.
Exactly.
Just own it. Yeah, man, I just don't like it. I just hope everybody calms down. Like, even I had to log out of Twitter. I was just like, there's so many people, so many opinions, you know. And like I said, man, everyone has their own reason to be right and to feel like they're right. It doesn't mean we need to be mean to each other. And that's just what I
Right.
feel like saying in my heart tonight, Erin.
Thank you. Well, no, that's awesome. I agree. And there could be more than one rights too. I mean, there's
Right.
not every situation has one and only one right way to handle it. There can be a lot of different rights, you know?
Yep.
So,
And you
I
know, I
mean,
spent a lot of time in
two people
counseling
can be
learning
right.
that. I spent a long
What's
time
that?
in counseling in my life. It took me a long time with counseling and everything to learn that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, to learn that, you know, everybody can be right. There is who's the ultimate judge? There's only, far as I know, there's only one. So, you know what? But I won't get into that. That's a story for another day. All right, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
we
for letting me
got
come on.
enough to.
Yeah, for
Oh,
real.
no, awesome. Anytime.
That's enough. Like, none of us are perfect, and, like, you know, things happen the way
Yeah.
they happen. Just, you know,
Mhm.
whatever. I don't know, Erin.
Exactly.
All right,
Next
everybody.
time we meet up though, it's got to be on your channel. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm down. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
All right, bye, Erin.
And I will put it in there again. Anyone else wants to come on? All right, let's check out some of the chat here. I've been trying to catch it here and there, but I don't want to be rude and not listen to my guests. So let's see. The boss. Hey, the boss. Hypersense. Happy birthday to your beautiful. Oh, thank you. I will let her know you said that. Thank you. Yeah, she turned 17 today. It's crazy. And I told her too, I'm like, guess, do you know who you share a birthday with? She's like, who? I go, Katie Joy's husband. She's like, get out of here. Stop. I don't care. Like, whatever. Yeah, Dottie, yeah, you got a good point there. I agree. KJ is just laughing away. I'm not sure who you're speaking or agreeing with, but yeah, you're right. And someone else, where is it? Raindrops. Charlotte did nothing wrong. LB talked about it first. People have questions. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. I'm not saying Charlotte did anything wrong. I'm not the arbiter of right or wrong or whatever. I'm just saying I disagree with her, but that doesn't mean I'm right. You know, that doesn't mean I'm the one to go to listen to here. You know, we could both be right or wrong. I don't know. Hey, Daddy.
Hey.
Wait. And you're right. She was just asking questions, but if she was, I'm not. Was she asking questions though in search of an answer? Because I don't know. If I wanted an answer, I think I would go turn to professionals who might be able to give me an answer. But I don't know. And I'm sorry, just want to finish that. Hey, Dottie, so what do you think?
Hey, well, I'm kind of in agreement with you. I've been around for a long time.
Yeah,
I've
longer
been
than me.
following the drama with KJ for the last, oh God, like almost 2 years. And I've been on Twitter longer than that with the whole Teen Mom gang, because that's where a lot of the quote OGs come from, right? Like
I think so.
Reagan, Dana Mafioso, those people. Um,
I believe so.
the one thing I think that's been lost in all this is that we all have one common goal. All of us. KJ.
Right? Yes.
And
Yes.
all this splintering and infighting is not doing anybody any good.
Right. It's
It's
not. And go on. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I really feel like with the death threats and things that Charlotte's going through, I will preface this with I love Charlotte. She is the sweetest lady I know.
Agree.
Was it a good idea to talk about what she talked about the last 2 days? I personally don't think so. Let's let the authorities handle it.
I agree.
If I'm getting death threats, I'm not going to be talking about any of it. I probably wouldn't be online personally because I would be scared to death. But that's my own personal opinion. I hate to see what's going on right now because I respect a lot of people in this community. They've been in the trenches doing the grunt work. You should see all the things, what Reagan's done for this community.
Yeah, yes,
That
I've
girl
seen,
has done so much. Was she right with what she did today? No. I think there was mistakes made on both sides.
Yeah,
I just don't want
yeah.
I just don't want to see people flinging mud at each other, We have people taking sides, and that's not going to do anybody any good. It really is not. And I know my channel's not about any of this. I try to avoid all this, but I'm watching. I'm watching everything that's going on. And I got caught up tonight. I understand. I understand that Charlotte wants answers. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But are we the best people to get the answers? Or talking to me or you or anybody?
No, I think that doing that is more likely to add fuel to the fire or make it even less likely to find answers because, like, none of us are professionals. None of us are read into the situation as a professional. Right. So
it just needs to stop.
I agree.
It really does.
I do. Yeah, I completely agree.
And once again, I am not taking any sides, and I'm not saying it's the OGs versus the newbies. I'm not saying any of that. I have noticed, though, in like the last 6 months or so, there has been a huge proliferation of anti-KJ channels. Would you agree with that?
I've seen an increase. Yes, absolutely. I don't know. I've only been around for like maybe 10 months, 11 months tops. So I don't know if the increase is normal or if it's, par for the course or if it's just completely abnormal. I don't really have much of a base to compare it to. So honestly, I'll have to take your word for it. You've been here longer.
A lot has happened in probably the last, I would say, 6 to 8 months as far as anti-KJ channels coming along, or I should say KJ criticism channels. Let me say it right. I just want to make sure that we all keep in mind that our common goal is KJ.
Exactly. And
go ahead, honey.
Well, I just want to say I completely agree with that. I do think Charlotte did make a good point, though. Is that even though that is all of our common goal or whatever, I don't think it should be our common goal to the point that we are blind to things that should raise questions or should, make us question. And I think it's important to remember that. So it can still be our common goal without being, without having tunnel vision, I guess. But again, you can question that, whatever. I don't even care about that. But if you do, just I don't know. This is just such a heavy subject.
It's a hard
and everything involved. It's
a hard discussion. It's a very hard discussion to have. And I'm not attacking anybody. I swear to God, I'm just giving my own opinion. And if people think I'm attacking, I'm not. I really am not. I just want this community to get along, to stop the infighting, and focus on the common goal. Because we are just going to destroy each other at this point. It's going to just all fall apart. And KJ's just going to keep
Yeah.
laughing at us.
And I think too, the more people who get involved and make any information or involvement public is going to only muddy the waters more and help Katie's side. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get that you want to ask questions, you want to get to the truth or whatever, but when you're in a situation like this where there's a lawsuit, there's actual lawyers and the FBI is involved in investigating this and everything, really, what am I going to add to this that none of them can add or can do themselves and tenfold? I mean, we're just more likely to screw it up at this point.
And we're all humans. I'm not mad at Charlotte for reading court documents. Was it a good idea to at this moment? My own personal opinion is no, to bring up the Natalie stuff. Let's let the authorities handle it. I understand. I totally understand that she wants answers. I would too if I was getting attacked like that. Absolutely. But sometimes we have to pick our battles, find the right time to discuss things. Right now, I don't think is the time. Because it's just like you said, muddying the waters.
Right. And yeah, she has every right to ask these questions. She can go on her platform and she can ask these questions every day of the week. But I look at it as like, just because you have a right to do something doesn't always mean it's the right thing to do. And she's been wonderful to me. Like I said, I love her. I'm going to continue to support her as a creator, as a friend, as a person.
Absolutely.
So this, just because you don't agree or was something someone did, doesn't mean that it has to affect your relationship with them at all.
I understand. I totally support Charlotte. She has been nothing but an amazing person. I watch her every day. She is awesome.
Yeah. She's one of the creators I watch the most of, yeah.
We're all human. We're all going to do things that may not be the right thing at the moment. It's going to happen to all of us. Have I made mistakes? Absolutely. Definitely. I'll be the first person to say this is what I did wrong. But I just want, and it's fracturing our community. That's the problem I have. It's tearing us apart. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, and it's sad too, because I mean, I think for the most part, many of those of us in the community, I don't want to say us because this isn't how I came along, but many of the people in this community came along because they were hurt, they were wronged in some way, and they found comfort, they found friendship and a place to vent here. And it's sad to see it fall apart for them, because I think once you've gone through something like that and you lost one community and you were just treated unfairly or banished out or whatever, then you need the other community even more. It means that much more to you. So then to lose it or to see it fall apart like this, I don't know. I feel like it's going to really negatively affect some people.
Right. I don't even want to look at Twitter right now. I went on there and I was like, let me just stop looking at this because it's just very negative. It's very toxic. It's people attacking each other. I'm not down with it.
I'm be honest, I am going to check it out, but I'm going to have to do it on out of my account or something, because she has me blocked, so I can't even see what she posted.
Yep. Well, that's all I had to say. I'm going to go ahead and drop out. See someone else.
Well, thank you. I'm glad I have you here.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. I'm going to post it again if anyone wants to come on and join. Oh, I almost forgot where to go. Travis Berg Jr., thank you so much for the super chat. Little birthday cake. I'm guessing that's to say happy birthday to my daughter. Let's see comments. Oh, Carly, the person who from what I've been told, the person who doxed Charlotte, that's who I don't know for a fact that she doxed Charlotte, but I'm assuming she did because everyone's, saying that, but that's who has me blocked. And again, she can have me blocked, whatever. That's fine. I had nothing bad to say about that or whatever. I don't even know how it happened, but whatever. It's cool. I'm not cool with her doxing Charlotte, but Marissa, it's all right. Yeah. All right. If you don't mind, because I mean, by the time I get on Twitter, I don't know if everything will still be there or not. So yeah, if you want to send those to me, yeah, absolutely. Thank you. It's very nice of you. Can we nominate people to join? You can nominate them. I don't know if they're going to want to join, if they'll agree to it. Ween says, I sound like a boomer, but without social media, how do I communicate with you or anyone else? Yeah, I know. Okay, Evie says it's not a dox by legal definition. It's not private info. It's not identifiable info. It's a despicable act. It's nasty, but not a dox. Okay. I do kind of agree with that, Evie, because, and I've mentioned this before in other videos. The original, I don't know, I guess the root definition for dox is, yeah, it's publicizing public information and done so for the purpose to cause harm. Absolutely. I think over the past few years, so I think that the word dox has taken on like a second definition where it's publicizing public information that's, for the purpose of doing harm. For granted, it's not private information. It's not like a social security number. It may not even be a phone number or whatever, or an address. But if the information is found publicly online, then it's not really a dox. I get that. But I mean, if you're putting it all together in a nice little neat package and posting it out on social media for the hope and for the encouragement for other people to take that information and to cause that person harm, then I think in a sense that can kind of be a dox. It's not the traditional meaning, and it's not illegal. No, absolutely not. Reagan did. Oh, I don't want to say it. Okay, Crystal, I see your comment. Okay, so I'm guessing you mean that this person did the sharing the public information that I explained. Oh. Hey, Just Britt.
Hey. So all
How
I
are
want
ya?
to say is I'm good. So all I want to say is I love this community and I'm grateful for this community, and I just wanted to get back to the basics of what we're here for.
Absolutely, yeah.
I hate all this drama. I hate all the infighting. I don't get involved in it. I have been involved in drama in the past, and it's not good for our mental health. And I'm an advocate for mental health, and I worry about people and what they're going through right now, having to deal with all of this.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, like what I mentioned earlier, I've gone through the whole doxing, the whole being the targeted online harassment and everything in the vaccine community there by anti-vaxxers. And I've been through it several times. And the first few times, especially the first time, it was nerve-wracking. It kept me up for like 3 days straight because I was afraid I'd miss something that would be like a warning to something horrific, Yeah. So I get it. I do get it. I don't think I'm desensitized to it now. So, and I have to remind myself, just because it doesn't affect you anymore, doesn't mean it's not going to affect other people.
Right.
And yeah, it is. It's nerve wracking and it's horrible.
And just the infighting. I can just see that our little community is going to implode, and I don't want to see that. I love everybody. I'm friends with so many people, and then they're fighting, and it's like, I don't want to take sides. Because it's not because I don't love a certain person or anything like that. It's if my friends aren't getting along, then what? Like, do I just walk away from everything and say, well, screw it, I'm just gonna not say anything? It kind of makes the people that aren't directly involved, it makes the rest of us like, well, what are we supposed to say? What are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to react?
Yeah, and you end up kind of alienating both sides because you don't want to alienate one of the side. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's
what I feel like. I feel like we just need to remember that, we're all people, we're all adults. If I don't agree with you, okay, I don't agree with you, but that doesn't mean that we can't move on from it. I just want everybody to understand that it's okay to feel the way you feel. But if but attacking and going after Charlotte was not okay.
Yeah, no, that's never, in my opinion, that's never okay. I mean, I can't think of anything she could have done that would justify a reaction like that.
No. No,
just
and I
really,
read
I
it.
can't.
I'm blocked by Rican too, and I have no clue why. I haven't done anything to her. I don't even know her, honestly.
Yeah.
And I saw what was put out there, and I'm actually a little stunned by it, honestly. I think we all are. And I can't imagine what Charlotte's going through right now. And that just my whole heart goes out to her.
Right. And I think of it too. I mean, Charlotte, she's had people from, I don't know whose side, or even if they have a side, but seemingly from Katie's side, attacking Charlotte or harassing her online, sending her shit, so she's got to feel like she has enemies there. And then people in her own community who was supportive and everything, now she has enemies here. So I imagine she probably feels like, where the hell do I turn now?
Right.
And that's a horrible feeling. I don't care who you are. And I if she sees this, Charlotte, you can reach out to me if you want anytime. I'm sure there's a lot of people in this community still, and I'm sure you know who they are, that you can always reach out to. You're still a part of my community. I don't care.
Right.
So.
And that's the thing for me. It's like, I've been around for so long, and I even took a break. I had to. And if you need to take a break, it's okay. And you know what?
Yeah.
Just say, hey, y'all, I'm out. I'll see you on the flip side. If you want to get in contact with me, get in contact with me. But sometimes you just have to step away. And if, people need to step away, that's okay too. Take yourself out of the drama, unplug. Because you know what? It was the best thing I ever did. I got into counseling and all sorts of stuff, and that helped me a lot.
Oh, so you took a long break. I mean, I'm thinking like a week or something, but
no, it was 8 months.
Oh, wow. Man, you must have felt like a whole nother person.
Yeah, because when I left, there wasn't a big community. And then when I came back, there was this huge community, and I loved it because I didn't have a lot of support. It was just, probably 10 people that were on my side. And then there's thousands now, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for people here.
You got to wonder if being in like KJ's shoes, to know if you have any kind of inclination to know that there was a community that started off like, just a small amount of people. And then just after the span of like 8 months, less than a year, let's say, there's thousands in this community. And I mean, I don't know. I think I would start with that question is, what am I doing wrong at that point?
Yeah, me too. I feel like, and the thing is though, it's that I think that, and it's my opinion, I think that she has a narcissistic personality, and so she just doesn't care. She doesn't care if people are against her. She doesn't care about anything but herself. So I just want her to do better. That's all I've ever wanted, is for her to do better, and she probably won't. Then that means she needs to go. She needs to be deplatformed, and I'm not for cancel culture. But she is a very unhealthy person to other people.
I completely understand and everything, how and why people want to see her deplatformed. Again, we can save that discussion for another time.
Right. So, no, that's that's all I was saying. Not going to go more into it. I'm saying I don't agree in cancel culture or anything like that. But she needs to do better. And that's my opinion only.
I agree.
But okay, I'm going to jump off. I just want to say that I love you all. You're awesome, Erin. I think
Thank you,
world
of
you.
Thank you. I'm so glad you were here.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in the chat.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Okay, I'll put the link in there again for anyone else. A couple times now, like the guests here on the show have mentioned how if there is any infighting or whatever, people are kind of made to feel like they have to choose sides or keep their support of the other side quiet or something. And if you're a subscriber to my channel, or even if just you're a viewer occasionally or just a one-time viewer or whatever, I don't ever want you to feel like you have to choose a side. I don't care what's going on between me and another creator. I don't care if I hate that person's guts and I call them every name in the book. I will fully support you and your right to watch them and still be a part of my community, whatever. I don't want anyone to ever feel like they have to choose. So just want to throw that out there. Why is everyone mad at Charlotte? Are you, Raindrops, are you talking about that This Is Nat channel or whatever? I didn't know anyone knew who that was. Because I had someone DM me about a month ago with the same exact questions that Charlotte was asking tonight. Someone DM'd me about a month ago asking the same questions and sharing with me information, the information that they had that caused them to ask the questions that they were asking. And it wasn't LB, or wasn't Leslie, I'm going to say. It wasn't her. I'm not going to say who it was either. I mean, I want people to know that if they ever send me something privately, it'll stay private. But it wasn't her. And yeah, the reason I didn't go forward, I didn't discuss it or whatever, or mention it, because I couldn't add to it really. And everything was it was speculative. I mean, there was no information to be found to sway one way or another. And even the information and stuff that they shared with me, like the screenshots of posts, I couldn't even pull those up anymore, which I mean, would make sense because the accounts no longer existed and whatever. I get that. But if I can't even pull that up, then I can't add to it at all. I can't add to the discussion. Hey, SC. Damn, thank you. Glad to have your support. Again, though, I just want to ask that if you are at all upset with Charlotte, that's fine. You can be upset. I mean, I don't think, obviously it's fine. You know, you have every right to do what you want, but I'm not going to judge you for being upset. I'm just going to ask that you just stop and think, though, before you put anything public that could make this worse for Charlotte, because I don't know, it's just, we can all screw up and not have the whole community turn on us for it. I mean, right? I hope, because if not, I'll be screwed, because I'm sure I'm going to screw up a lot. If that fan is too loud or annoying, let me know and I'll turn it off. Okay, LB talked about Nat on a stream that was going to be members only. Charlotte played that. Now everyone is mad at Charlotte. Well, was L? I keep calling it. I don't know her as L. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. I know it's Leslie, but was LB's members only stream, was when Charlotte shared that? Did Charlotte share that as a member, or was it then made public afterwards? Like, I'm not a member of her channel. Could I go to her channel now and pull it up and watch it myself? Yeah. I'm not saying that Charlotte did anything wrong. I don't agree with what she did, but that doesn't mean that she's wrong. It doesn't mean I'm right, you know? But I think it's important, though, to remember, I mean, I don't have a huge platform, and Charlotte, I mean, is still, you know, considered a small channel and everything. I think she's got more subscribers than I do, but, you know, she's maybe 1,000 or something. But either way, I don't know, I just feel like asking questions, you had to have an inclination that asking these questions was going to kind of set a narrative, and unless you have like undeniable proof, or you're a professional in some area or whatever, where you can add to this discussion, then you should know that adding a narrative you should know that having a platform and doing this is going to be a bigger deal than you just having tea or coffee with a friend. And when that's the case, if I were in her shoes, I would be concerned that I would cause more harm, because when this person DM'd me about this, and I wrote them back, and I even told them, I said, you know, I'll look into it or whatever, but if we find anything, I'm not sure that sharing it all with the community would be a good idea. I mean, yeah, absolutely, let the lawyers on both sides know, let them both know. I mean, that's where it should go. After that, though, I mean, because we're not involved in this case, we're not read into it. So anything we do publicly that makes a big deal, it could affect this case one way or the other. Okay, was going to be members only. Oh, okay, all right. All right, then, yeah, Raindrops. It is kind of weird that they're kind of just holding Charlotte accountable, but no one else. I mean, like, if it was a members only chat and like Charlotte was a member and then she shared it, then I think people could say, well, Al didn't mean for it to go public like that. She didn't mean to use the platform to do that or whatever. Where Charlotte did, But yeah, since it was public regardless, I don't take this the wrong way. Please, no one go and harass Al either. Don't. You can disagree with Al and still love her, Don't be hating on anyone, please. I mean, I don't want to sit here and tell anyone not to do anything, but I will tell you, please don't harass people like that. I'm not going to bring the video up. I see what you're saying, Jesper. I do. Oh, well, I mean, I'll play it for myself, but I don't want to play it on this. Hey, police wife life. Oh, and we have Ashley.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Do you mind if I bring Ashley on too?
Oh, that's fine.
Okay. I mean, I can do one person at a time if you want.
I'm going to be really quick.
Okay. Ashley, if you hear me, I'll bring you on right after she's done. Okay.
I'm going to be really quick. Two things I want to say. One, Charlotte's a sweetheart. I don't think she deserves any of what she's getting.
I agree.
But more importantly, I've sat back in a lot of these channels and I say things here and there, but I don't get real involved. Mm-hmm. But it absolutely breaks my heart to watch this community just go at each other's throats. We are doing everything we are against KJ for.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And it's absolutely heartbreaking. KJ has got to be sitting back laughing her butt off.
Mm-hmm.
We are treating each other worse than she treats her subs sometimes. And it's embarrassing.
It is. It is. Yeah.
So really, that's really all I wanted to say. Everyone just needs to get their acts together, We all came together really because we couldn't stand the way she treated people, how horrible. Mm-hmm. And we're doing the same thing.
Yeah. I've been guilty of it too at times. I mean, just when it happens, you're not really any better. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, everyone really just, God bless, just call it a truce and everyone get along. And if there's a creator you don't like, stay away from them. You don't have to bash them. Walk away. That's the beauty of the internet. You hit that button, and leave.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you have an issue with their content, you can critique it, you can discuss it. But if you just don't like them as a person, then why create the whole? I don't know. Why go after the person personally?
Exactly. I will never understand that. Everyone here is supposed to be adults. Let's start acting like it.
Yeah.
So. All right, that's
awesome.
Really.
Thank you for coming on.
I really love everybody. Y'all are great. Get that nail file out. You're gonna need it. All right.
All right. Good night.
Bye.
Okay, Ashley. Can you hear me, Ashley? Oh wait, I have you on mute. Wait, unmute, Mike. You have it on mute. Okay, there you are.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Hey, what's up?
I had a couple of things that I wanted to say since you have people that will watch this tomorrow and people that are watching it right now. First thing is first. Docs can have a couple of different meetings. There's a legal meeting. There is one that is used basically on the internet, like you said. But just so that everybody's clear, running around and saying somebody doxed somebody else, regardless of how you're meaning it, whether that's the overall dictionary meaning or if it is you're accusing somebody of a crime, either way. And,
right.
The one thing that this community should know by now is what defamation stands for. So I'm just really hoping that everybody can ease on that word a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, words matter, absolutely. Yeah, and like I said, when I was talking about how I think a second definition has formed, again, that's my opinion. You know,
no, and I mean,
it's not widely accepted.
No,
So,
you're right. You are right that there are multiple things, but when people, when people toss it around, if they don't understand all of what that entails, it can cause a lot of problems. And I just don't want anybody else to be in a situation where they said something that they shouldn't have. The next thing is, over the weekend, there's been this situation where, and it has to do with the same type of situation, where people are saying somebody was doxxed. And when they were doxxed on the Reddit, or they were doxxed in the Discord, or they were doxxed on Twitter, they were doxxed on YouTube. If you don't have documentation, you don't have anything. Like, I have not seen, you've heard, I'm sure, about this whole mess with Dr. Cross, apparently, right? The creator.
Well, I've seen, I mean, I'm afraid maybe some of it started on I don't know, with the live I did about
the whole, that's why I was like,
I've seen some of the chat. Yeah, I've seen some of the chat, but I don't know. I mean, I've been working these past couple of days, so I haven't seen a whole lot of social media. So I don't know if it's going to be outside of the chat.
Right. The biggest thing is that with that, I'm a part of both of those groups, the Reddit and the Discord. Everybody that has anything to do with the Reddit or the Discord knows that the two main moderators, Kai and Lex, have done every single thing they can to ensure the protection of everybody within that community. They shut everything down. They've banned people for less. So when those kind of accusations are being, again, thrown around, it's again, not okay. Now,
I agree.
As for tonight, what I think a lot of people are missing is the fact that if you have not personally been receiving the messages, the emails, the threats, these threats, when I say they are threats, the stuff that we have seen in the lawsuit, in the paperwork, in these pleadings, I can tell you it's not even a tenth of as bad as these people are getting. It is not even a tenth of the bad. So if you were getting those things in your email, you would want to do everything you can. And while I understand going on a live stream and saying you have questions, I have questions, and then talking it out on a live isn't exactly the best way to do it. What everybody is missing is it was an accident that Elle's chat wasn't members only, but it doesn't change the fact that she did exactly the same thing plus some, because she had more that she was bringing into it because of her history. Charlotte, on the other hand, she's at a point where she's gone to everybody that she has been told to go to, and she still doesn't have answers. She's still scared, and she is living with that fear of whether or not this information that's being released is going to be released by a hacker, whether it's going to be something that the next time her message isn't going to be about her or another member of this community, the next message
our family.
Exactly. So when you put yourself, if everybody could just stop for a second and put themselves in that position, there's not a single person that could honestly say that they would completely just sit on their hands and do nothing, because it's different when you're in that seat. As opposed to when you're on the outside. I'm not getting those threats. It's different.
It is, and it's different for everyone too, I think. So I mean, even if you've been in this seat and you handled things or you approached it differently, that doesn't mean that someone else is going to feel the same way. So
it depends. Like, what we don't know, because we don't live where Charlotte lives. Her local law enforcement could be brushing her off. That can put anybody in a position, because then you're like, okay, well, I have this thing that's going on. It's nationwide, possibly worldwide. We've got these people doing this stuff. Some people are here, some people are there. Everybody's receiving these threats. My own police department, they aren't equipped to handle cyber crimes. I'm not getting any answers. I'm freaking out.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Get mad about it.
And I mean, really think about it too. I mean, if you call the FBI, I mean, because it's cybercrime. So, I mean, who are you going to call? Your local law enforcement? Unless there's a direct and an obvious threat made against your life, they can't really help you at all. And even then, they're limited. But, I mean, so you're going to call the FBI. Now, what do you think the FBI is going to say? Or how do you think that they're going to take your complaint when you tell them how you're part of this drama community on YouTube and someone's mad at you over something? And it's just, I mean.
And the thing is that nobody knows, like, nobody knows who's behind it yet. And it's no different than something broke into your car. The police aren't going to tell you everything. I get it. I get it. Mm-hmm. But when your community, when your friends are all online and you want to talk to your friends, and your normal way of talking things out, of going through what's going on in the day, has been picking up your computer, turning it on and starting a stream, and then giving your question, or, questioning, having conversations with people. That's what you're going to do, because that's how you have managed to cope through all of this to begin with, especially when now you had a whole chat, and her whole entire Elle's whole entire live chat was full of people going, yeah, I wondered about that too. Yeah, I thought that was odd too. And I get it. It might not be the best thing for a legal case. Believe me, none of this has been good for any legal case. Exactly.
That too. And I mean, like I mentioned earlier, I mean, she's not the only person affected by or involved in this. Okay, she's not the only person who's in her shoes, really. And there are, like what if you're wrong? Then what kind of crap are you going to bring upon that? That's what I would be concerned about too. But I mean, I understand being pushed to the point of not knowing what else to do, of having feeling or believing you have no other options. I completely understand that. And again, I know we're not like best friends, but I think I know Charlotte well enough to know that there was no malicious intent here behind anything.
Yesterday she was simply going over, like, she shared else and was like, and it was basically the same thing. And then today her whole goal today, because I'm one of her moderators, her whole goal today was just simply to look through the declarations, look through them another time, compare and contrast a couple of the things. And I don't know if you and your friends, or if you and your family kind of do this. If I come into a problem, I sit down, I might talk to my friends, I might talk to my family, I might sit down and have a conversation with my husband, and we bounce ideas off of each other. So while, saying you have questions and saying them to a live chat isn't necessarily always going to get you answers, what if you're sitting there and somebody chats back to a question you asked, a question that actually makes sense, or an answer that actually makes sense, that at least gives you eases your mind some. So I think that's all she's been doing. And I just wanted to make sure that people knew that.
And I understand that. I really do, because it's like wisdom of the crowd. You don't know where you're going to have the information you need that gives you a peace of mind, or a conclusion, whatever. That makes sense.
And it could simply just be somebody like you chatting back to her, and
you never know who it.
That person that's chatting back to her says, "Oh my gosh, I've been there," and even that, oh, I get it, 100%. Even that validation that she's not. She's not alone. She's not crazy. Yeah, she's not overreacting, or she's not.
Oh yeah, no, I get that.
And Reagan, she meant. I think that part of her meant well. The other, I mean, believe me, I'm no Reagan fan, but she was doing something she could have done through DM. I get it. However, interest.
I mean,
Fashion.
I know
that's
nothing.
how
I
they
know
handle it.
very little. Yeah, I know very little about Reagan, and but I mean,
Right.
I've seen the work she's put out there, and it's awesome.
Right.
And I've not a single bad thing to say about her. I mean, again,
Right.
I disagree with. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but I have a feeling I'm going to disagree with what I see that she had done. But that doesn't mean I disagree with her as a person. You know,
Yeah.
again, I think though one thing I found, I'm going to say the most troubling thing I found from Charlotte's live stream today was well, again, it wasn't troubling of Charlotte, just troubling of what I was hearing.
Right, in general.
Yeah, exactly. Was when she was I got the impression anyways that by the question she was asking was kind of questioning whether or not Nat was telling the truth. If Nat was just, that's the impression I got. And again, that could cause problems for Nat if you're wrong. I mean, it could cause problems either way, but
definitely could. However, in the same sense, and again, just playing idiot's advocate here, in the same sense, it's no different than it's no different than whenever we are reading a declaration that Katie has signed. And you question, well, is that true though? Is that really what happened? So I understand that, yes, in this situation, Nat did her declaration. She was a victim of receiving these threats as well, according to her declaration. And until anybody sees otherwise and has proof of that, that's how it stands. But
I agree.
Questioning a court document is never a bad thing, first of all. If there would have been questioning of a court document, then Miss Joy wouldn't be getting sued right now. Because instead, she took everything at face value.
Right, yeah.
So, and that's been the thing. So it's not really, I think that had it been, if she was going over Katie's instead, nobody would have said a word. And I think that's where it's just slightly, even though we all know Katie's a liar. I'm never gonna say that she doesn't lie.
Right.
I told her that to her face on that IG. She's lying. You were lying. Right. I told you I was trying to help you. I don't know what to tell you. However,
I knew your voice. Oh my God, I'm listening to you talk. I'm like, where do I know her voice from? That's it. Okay.
No, however,
the Tati eyeshadow.
You know what I mean? Of course, it's beautiful. Everybody should buy one, at least one, if not two. Have a backup. You never know. Not sponsored, but still, if it would be hypocritical for any of us to sit here and say questioning Nat's declaration isn't okay, simply because it's Nat, when we all question every single thing that both comes out of Katie's mouth and comes out of her attorney's mouth and his fingers and his whoever else is writing his shit, because that's all it is. It's just a bunch of crap half the time.
I mean, I've had my own questions. I get that, or things that just that stood out as weird or odd, whatever. I mean, but I mean, again, I myself personally, and like I said, someone had wrote me about a month ago with their same exact concerns pretty much as Charlotte. And I understand their concerns and I see what they're saying. I'm not disputing that, but I don't know enough, and nor could I learn enough to add to it or whatever. Right. And I just personally felt that discussing something like that on my platform, even though it was, much like half the size that it is now, and it's still small now.
I don't think that she would disagree with that at this point. I don't think that she would disagree with it. Charlotte would disagree with that, but I think that she would most definitely, if she was the one on here, because I talked to her on the phone for a good 45 minutes today after that stream, and
I'm glad thank you. I mean,
she's upset. She's upset. She is heartbroken. There was a scuffle between two mods that misunderstood each other. It was a complete miscommunication, and thank goodness that they have, hopefully, I believe, from what I understand from both of them, they've gotten that all sorted out. But between that and then you had the situation with Reagan, you had the situation with the rest of the chat that some of them were, of course, defending Charlotte. Others were coming in and saying, I don't like this. And it was a lot. But at the end of the day, everybody needs to stop and remember that until they're the ones getting those emails, those messages and having those attacks hit them in every single inbox that's out there, it's really difficult to question what you would or wouldn't say, what you would or wouldn't do if you thought it would help ease the anxiety over it all.
Yep.
But
when the first time I was docked by a whole bunch of anti-vaxxers, the biggest anti-vax group we knew of on Facebook, they were leading the charge. And a lot of it was just, whatever, silly comments, whatever. But when I saw one member ask the whole group, and this was like over 100,000 people in this group, she asked the whole group, who do we know in here who lives near her? Because they had doxed me, they knew where I lived and everything. And that's when I started to get I started really watching things. And then when someone wrote a comment about seeing my brain splattered all over the pavement, that's when I was like up for 3 days monitoring this shit. Dude, it's nerve-wracking. I get it. And if you've never been through it before, that's awesome. And I hope you never are through it before. But it's because you don't know what to expect. When you have someone like directly in your face or whatever fighting with you, you kind of have an idea. You can kind of predict what their next move is going to be because you can see them, you can hear them, you can see the mannerisms, whatever. But when it's online, you don't know who you're talking to. You don't know where they are. And you don't know what they're capable of.
They're good. You don't know in how many movies and how many true crime things have we seen where people, you think that they're all the way down the street and they're not. Now, but just like I said, I don't want to take up all your time. I just wanted to basically come on and say, A, let's try everybody as a community to stop using docs so freely. B, Dr. Cross was never doxed at all whatsoever in either the Discord or the Reddit. And if Dr. Cross wants to clarify that, she's welcome to reach out to both of the mods and they will show her that there is no doxing that happens in either of those places. And
this is the first I've heard of it.
Apparently it was new. It was new over the last 24, 48 hours.
Okay.
And finally is just be kind and have some compassion for the people that are dealing with all of this, because at this point, I imagine a lot of people, especially people like Reagan, who they've been dealing with this. You guys have been dealing with Katie for years. I've been around her off and on for like 2 years, maybe, because, we have a rolling 18 months that never changes, but still, just have some.
I've been around for like just under a year. And I mean,
you know what I mean? Like a lot, it's been frustrating for people that have been in it for 3 months. So I can only imagine where some of the people like Kai, Lix, Reagan, they've been here for years, literally years. So, but thank you so much for opening chat and letting people talk, because I think if more people did this, there'd be far less just jabbing at everybody, because it's not necessary.
I hope it helps. Yeah. I mean, so far, so good, but I hope so. I hope we can all try and help this, I don't know, just calm things down,
Right. And hopefully the other one will do something crazy enough to where we can get a new translations of video. That would be nice. I would appreciate that.
Oh, well, I'm working on something, so I'm hoping to have it out like over the next day or two. So
just not quick enough. It's not quick enough.
I'm glad that you enjoy it.
Well, thanks again for having me. I appreciate it.
And thanks for coming on. And it was nice to talk to you.
It was nice talking to you too. All right. Bye.
Bye. Just Britt, I saw your DM. I sent you a question back, like, if you want to check it out. I don't know, because I want to see what it is that's a concern, I guess. We'll put it that way. And I'm going to wait a minute. Let me put the link back in here in case anyone wants to come on. I don't know. I haven't been watching the chat, so I've been trying to here and there, but I don't. My first priority is to not be rude to the guests. So if I'm missing anything, okay. Hey,
Hey.
Hi. Nice to put a face with a name.
I told you I was going to put my ugly mug on here. Don't.
Oh, stop.
I won't take much of your time. I just wish everybody would be kind. My accent, ignore it. Ignore the accent. But
where are you from? You don't have to answer. I'm sorry.
I'm from Kentucky. It's fine. I'm from Kentucky.
Oh.
I've told people that. It's fine. Always watch your videos. I follow a lot of people in the community. I have for a long time. And your videos always make me laugh. And I just hate the chat.
I love hearing that.
The past few days, people have just been going at it, like back and forth.
Right.
And we're all adults. I know people are going to make fun of me and be like, well, and the whole generic, be kind to, each other. But,
like the whole can't we just get along sort of thing? Yeah. But I mean, it's true though. It's a true statement though. I mean,
I know everybody can't be kumbaya and, all that, but, I hate seeing people that have gotten along for, months and months, merging from different pages. I see people that follow all the same pages, and they come together, and it's always a lot of love, and, and it's just recently the past, since all this crap has went down, just people argue all the time. And it's like, you can't have a different opinion. It's just like people argue constantly, and it's just like, can we not just get along?
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, your opinion or whatever, or your viewpoint or whatever, it doesn't define you as a person. So if someone questions it or has questions about it, it's I don't feel like it's an attack. I mean, how else are you going to learn or figure out, learn more information, intake more information to make a more educated decision if you aren't questioned?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
I've always said I love a good debate. I love a good debate, and I love when people can converse. But it's almost like middle school. People are just like attacking the crap out of each other, and you can't even get a word out. If you say it's almost like people are scared. And I even said earlier in the chat, I've always said I don't have any social media. I quit like 2 years ago. I will not get on social media. I'm on YouTube. I follow like 10 channels. That's about it. Most of like 5 of them are this community, but it's just so toxic. It's just so toxic. And it's like, I even said, I can't imagine what you guys go through that make videos. And, I don't know how you guys do it, because like, I didn't know what was going on entirely, like in its entirety. Even when I joined, I'm like, I'm sorry. 'Cause I was joking. I always joke around, and I was making jokes, and I'm like, I didn't realize how serious it was. And I'm like, I apologize, because I'm like, I was joking as usual, trying to lighten it up, and I didn't realize. And then it hit me. It's like, I can imagine what you guys go through that make videos, and you're on social media and having to deal with this stuff. I couldn't imagine somebody saying, this is this person's me, my real name, where I live, how many kids I have, all this different stuff. That's just too far. It's just way too far. And I don't know how you got it. I already have anxiety. I would be,
I've been lucky in this community. I really haven't received much or any hate really. But I think maybe that's because like my videos are more focused on just making jokes, but in the anti-vax community or in the vaccine community, when I was fighting with anti-vaxxers, oh my God, dozens upon dozens. I mean, it's crazy, but it's nerve-wracking. In my experience though, in that community, I learned that it's mostly just online stuff. Like they never really gone real life. And I hope that extends to like all other communities too, but I don't know. So I don't feel comfortable telling anyone, listen, dude, don't worry about it. It's just, online, puffing their chest or whatever. Chances are it is, but it only takes one time to be wrong, So it's
been bothering me though. It's like, I was so used to, like, for a long time in these communities, it was just like, I love you guys, and it would go, and we'd all like get along. And now just people argue like constantly, and it's a bunch of drama. and I'm not on social media, so I'm seeing people like this happen and this, and it's like, I commend you guys for being able to do it, because I'm telling you, I do not know. I don't know how you guys do it. But yeah, I wanted to come on, and I was like, I was gonna be on for like 10 seconds. I was just gonna be like, just maybe lighten it up, but then I can't remember any of my jokes. I was gonna tell like a Yo Mama joke, and then I got nervous, so I can't remember my jokes. So, and I even commented on one of your videos about stand-up comedy. Somebody was like, you should do stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm funny in person, but I just realized I just validated that, because I'm like, I'm funny, so I could probably no. I don't know how you do it. I don't know.
It's hard. I mean, like, yeah, because even just it's easier to be funny when you're playing off of someone else. But yeah, when you're just there by yourself, I mean,
you can bounce off people,
crazy.
But it's like when it's serious, and I keep feeling. I'm like, I know this is a serious situation. I was trying to lighten it up, but even then, like, I can't do that. I'm just like I feel like a little ant off of Bug's Life, and like the caterpillars are like coming down, like.
But you see, that's the thing that we need more of these ants. We need more people to try to lighten it up and everything, and joke a little. I mean, we need more. So don't stop.
Yeah, I'll let you go. I'm sure somebody else wants on. I wanted to lighten up, and then I just ruined it. I just kind of failed. So
you didn't ruin anything. Stop it. No. Are you kidding? I feel lighter. Stop.
Yes, I'm glad at least I lightened one person up. Well, I'll let you guys. Just be kind to everybody. Everybody be kind.
Yes, what she said.
What she said.
Bye. Diane, hey.
Hey, Erin. I'm not showing much. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
And I think everyone else should be able to too. If not, they'll let us know.
Okay.
What's up?
I just want to say real quick, I don't have a channel. I'm just one of the hundreds of victims of KJ. And I think that we've all said, what we want from her, is the truth, accountability. How many times have you heard, pot meet kettle? And over the last 2 days, it's like everybody, and it's really painful because I think we all carry those scars that KJ did to us. Some are a little bit deeper than others.
Right.
But when you see a woman that has lived with terror attacks on her on a daily basis for over a month, and can't ask a question in this community without being attacked, it makes me it breaks my heart, because when I came here, I found a community that I felt so stupid for staying as long as I did, even after what she did to me, on a lie. Called me, I was so embarrassed. And I still stayed. And I felt so dumb. And, I just think it's really, I don't think anybody right now has any, and I don't care if anybody hates me. Can I cuss?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't give a shit. I don't care if anybody hates me, if they've never talked to me. I don't really give a shit. But I don't think anybody has the right now to say one damn word about KJ and her actions, because what I've seen with my eyes and how Charlotte has been treated, it is nothing but KJ bullying.
Right, and
I'm
also
sorry.
too, the answer to Charlotte discussing how she's been bullying and wanting the answers is not to give her more of it. It's not going to lead anywhere. So yeah, absolutely.
And I'm really like, I follow so many creators. T-Spiracy. Look, the other night she just tried to do something good, and everybody jumps on her shit. It's like, you know what? Maybe everybody just needs to shut the hell up for a little bit. Just shut up. And there were things in that statement, and I'm a nurse. There were things in that statement that when they were first read by Emily Baker, I sat there and I thought, I didn't say anything. Who am I to say anything? But in the
Yeah,
back of
that's
my
the
mind, I
thing.
have
Yeah.
questions. But how dare you tell somebody what they can and can't say? I'm sorry. I'm
Right.
so sorry. And she didn't say or not. It just, why can you not ask a question?
Well,
And why does somebody have the right to take Charlotte's video? She didn't do it and send it to Salty. You know, damn.
oh,
It's,
okay. Yeah.
like he didn't get enough
Wait,
bullshit.
he would have seen it anyways. I mean,
Right. So why are
I,
people doing this shit? Why? Lee, just, if somebody has a question, what's wrong with asking a question?
here's the thing though, and I think that this is, I've been guilty of this myself. Okay. And I'm sure that I'll do it again. But when you keep asserting and everything that you're just asking a question, it's kind of stands out that no one ever says, I'm just trying to get answers. And when you do it on a public platform like this, when you aim the question someplace where no one would reasonably expect to find an answer, then it comes off as I don't know. It comes off as with different intentions. And I'm not saying that that's what Charlotte did here. I'm not. And even if she did do it,
And I
I'm not saying that
understand.
it consciously did it. That's all I'm saying. But I think that might be the problem some people have with it. I know that's one issue I kind of had, but again, I love Charlotte. And if if something that bothers me that much, I will talk to her. I will just reach out to her. I'm not going to hate her. That's
Right.
not going to happen. I mean,
Right.
it's horrible. Yes, absolutely, it's horrible. I'm gonna. Do you mind if I add someone else to this? Because
I can drop off. I just want to tell you.
You don't have to drop off. I don't want to keep people waiting. That's
No, I'm
all.
going to drop off. I just want to tell you thank you so much. I promise
you.
You make me laugh on some of my darkest days. And the headband things, I live for them. I do. I showed them to my husband. But
I love hearing
I
this.
didn't mean to create any whatever, but it just hurts when you find a community that you just love. Right. And then you just watch it just kind of, and not just, it's not just Charlotte, it's, what all happened with T-Spirit. It's like everybody's kind of nuts. I don't get it. So just everybody, I'm not expecting you to love everybody, but think about how you would feel.
Yeah, exactly.
Put yourself in somebody else's
that.
shoes before you send that message.
Exactly.
Okay, thank y'all. Bye.
Thanks
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Message.
Hi, Yaya.
Hey, Erin.
It's okay. Okay. Oh wait, are you playing the video? Because I can hear
It's okay. I'm here.
I know, but I can hear. I think I can hear the video in the background, so it's hard to hear you.
I'm here.
I know, but I can hear. I think I can hear the video in the background, so it's hard to hear you. Can you mute your computer or whatever device you're using?
I know, but I can hear.
No. Oh, okay. Can you mute your computer or whatever device you're using? You don't have to mute the microphone, but can you mute the speakers on the device you're using? Like turn the volume off, I guess.
How do I do that?
You don't have to mute the microphone, but can you mute the speakers? I don't know. I don't know what you're using. On the YouTube video, you can hit mute on the bottom. You can adjust the sound there. Can you mute the speakers? I don't know. I don't know what you're using.
I'm on my computer, but
on the bottom, you can adjust the sound there. Okay. Well, I'm going. Can you come back when you? I don't mean to be rude. I'm not trying to be rude, but it's hard to concentrate.
Yeah, no. Okay. I just wanted to
please come back though. Please come back though. I'm not trying to be rude. But... Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. I can't hear anything else except for that. And I imagine that's kind of how it is too for everyone else listening. If there's any way, you just on the bottom of the video box of the YouTube channel, where you're watching the video on YouTube, there's the speaker. If you mute that and then come back in, that should take care of it. So, all right. Until then, Okay, what's going on here? Oops. Hello?
Is it working?
Yep, that's awesome.
Okay, I won't be here long. I just wanted to point out a couple of things. Number one, someone attacking Charlotte on Twitter and disclosing personal information as if she needs to be punished because that's what she did to Nat,
right.
Is completely, it's vile, it's wrong. It's something that could have been discussed.
I'm not aware of Charlotte didn't do that to Nat though, right? I mean,
no, I'm saying Charlotte didn't. I watched Charlotte.
Oh, okay, all right. I was going to say, okay, all right.
Right. So Charlotte discussing the document that she
right.
went,
Okay, I gotcha.
okay.
I gotcha. Okay.
And then pointing out discrepancies. Charlotte didn't discover that. She didn't inform us all of something that the rest of us hadn't thought about ourselves.
Right.
So, and she wasn't attacking Nat. Actually, she's been quite sensitive to these issues with Nat. So to have someone come into the stream and attack her, another creator, was
right. And I just want to say I don't think she was attacking Nat at all, and I don't see where that happened either. So I hear you.
Yeah. So then Charlotte's personal information to be put out there, so she can maybe feel the way Nat felt, I guess is what I've been told. I don't know. I don't really see the end game in that.
Exactly.
I think that Rakin was wrong with that. And the only conclusion I can draw, because when Lori's declaration was discussed and her mental health issues were disclosed, not what they were, but that she had them, nobody had a problem.
Right.
When Uncivil talks, well, he doesn't talk about like her mental health issues, but when he goes over them, or Emily or someone else, if it's 100% against KJ, then there's no problem. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Some of this stuff lately that's come out has taken away, or maybe chiseled away at this hatred, this, I don't know, the way these people think about KJ, and it's all consuming. And I think that might be one of the reasons. First, we had T-Spiracy's interview with the former mod, and she discloses that KJ gave her money for Thanksgiving. And then T gets heat for the interview from other creators, okay, which is ridiculous because they're making money off of their videos. And it's her channel. She can interview anybody she wants.
Right. Yeah.
And now Charlotte with tonight with these indiscrepancies that she's pointing out, it kind of maybe lessens the what KJ has done, or it's kind of in her favor. Maybe that's the
okay. You're saying it might justify some of the things.
Well, I'm just saying if this Nat is not credible and she has done something.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I see what you're saying. All right.
It's actually in KJ's favor. It would appear to me. But anyway, my point.
It would add to her. Yeah, it would add to her narrative of her saying that everyone's a troll and everyone's out to get her online. Absolutely. Yeah.
Right. And it's making her happy, okay, that there's this infighting. But for Charlotte to be attacked when she has been so sensitive about other people's issues, and I find it quite alarming that there's so many that have them. But she has been so compassionate. Her moderators always, her channel, I see it all the time. The moderators constantly posting about being sensitive, don't diagnose, all these things.
Right. Yeah.
For her past to be thrown up on Twitter and for her to be attacked. I mean, I don't know who this Rakin is. I don't know if she's the leader of the Hate KJ campaign, but you know,
she's an OG. I know that much, and she's like one of the like original OGs in this community, and she has put out a lot of great work and everything when it comes to like documenting and calling into question some of the things KJ has said or done. So I mean, I respect her and everything for that. Absolutely. I don't know anything else about her though. Nothing else about her. So
okay, so she's respected because what she does is she digs and finds dirt on KJ because she hates KJ. That's why she's respected.
It wasn't. I wouldn't call it dirt really. I mean, a police report. And she
she makes videos of KJ, you know, picking her nose and wiping a booger across her face. Okay, I get it. That's admirable.
She's not in this for the money. She's not monetized or anything like that. But I mean, yeah, her channel's been around for a while. But I think she's put out like 5 videos or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever. She's known. She's known because of her hatred for KJ. Okay. And so tonight, you know, I guess she felt that she has the power that she could, you know, ambush, destroy Charlotte. Okay.
She probably felt like she had a bit of security or whatever to.
Yeah. Well, she really posted that stuff quick. What is so she's been sitting on it. So that's probably what she does. She keeps dirt on everybody.
I don't think that's it's something to do with her profession. I don't know exactly what it is, and I don't want to give away anything, but she works from what I've been told is she has a profession in which she has more of an access than your average person. That's all. So I'm only saying this because I don't believe that she was like sitting around on this information or whatever, waiting for the moment to release it or waiting that the opportunity might come up. I don't think that that's the case at all. And it's because of what I do know about her that I don't think that that's
maybe it would have been more professional if she had gone to Charlotte in private and discussed her issues.
Oh, I completely agree with that. Absolutely.
Doing it like she did. And she can't compare she can't compare it to Nat like Charlotte did something to Nat. That's a ridiculous excuse, but
intent here matters. Absolutely. I don't believe Charlotte had any ill intentions whatsoever. If there was like this I haven't seen it yet, but I don't think anyone's lying. So I'm sure that it exists, but I'm just want to put out there. I haven't seen it yet, but if this information was put out there and it was put out there by this person about Charlotte, then yeah, I do think that there was some ill intent behind that.
Well, whatever her profession is, that's unethical. She shouldn't do stuff like that. I don't care if it's public record. I don't care what it is. I mean, there's you know, I have lawyers in my family. My sons are criminologists. I mean, seriously, like she's throwing a tantrum, and so she's ambushed Charlotte and done this to Charlotte. Really?
Right. Yeah. No. There's
vile. It's
regardless of what your profession is. Yeah. It's absolutely. It's unethical. It's nasty. It's mean. You know. It's too far. I completely agree. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to say. And I mean, and even you know, T getting, you know, shit because she did an interview with the former mod, you know, from other creators, you know, it's either donate to this young woman or don't donate. Otherwise, move on. It's not rocket science. It doesn't have to take up all this time and all this debate on whether she's a grifter or she's not a grifter or whatever. I mean, the woman's in recovery. She's living in a hotel. She's trying to take care of a child. So if you want to give. If you don't, move on. But the continual
I'd even just go as far though to say if you want to discuss it, I mean, it doesn't have to be a love or a hate thing. It doesn't have to be support or don't support. It doesn't have to be one side or the other. You can just discuss it. You know, you can. I don't know if you have concerns or whatever, you know, if you want to discuss it or whatever, I get that. and I think we should be able to do that. In the case though, where there's a lawsuit and there's like a lot of people and a lot of money and everything invested in it, and you don't have the expertise, I myself would stay away from. But I understand though, being involved in it to the point where you're getting death threats and shit like that, where you're probably going to look at it differently. I get that too. So
yeah, and that's something. Yeah, and Ashley had a really good point. You know, Charlotte has been dealing with death threats and all of this stuff. You know,
right? And I'd even go as far to say though too, Charlotte has been awesome. I have enjoyed watching her streams, and I'm going to continue watching them. And I have no doubt that if you're in this community, you've seen probably a few of them too, and you've enjoyed them as well. So I don't know, just maybe keep that in mind. Out of maybe one thing that she's done that you don't agree with, there's about 100 things that she's done that you absolutely agree with.
Who?
You know,
Charlotte?
I think that, yes, Charlotte, yeah.
Charlotte hasn't done anything that I disagree with.
No,
I think Charlotte's great.
Right. No, I didn't mean you personally. I meant you in the general sense.
Oh,
I
got you.
So even if you you generally don't agree with what she did here, I no doubt that there's like 100 things Charlotte's done that you absolutely agree with. So I mean, why does it have to be this one thing is the decider of all things? I don't understand that.
Yeah, so. That's a good question. That should be posed to Rakin as to why she did what she did. Maybe she'll do an interview or come out and explain why she did what she did. But anyway, I think it's I think it's disgusting. So it was vile. Anyway, thank you for giving me the opportunity to come on. I love your channel.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
You're great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
I saw in the comments someone asked me to stop defending Rakin. I'm not defending her. I'm not. I don't want to make any qualms about this. I absolutely do not agree with what she did. I don't support it. Assuming that this is what I just saying that because I haven't seen it yet. So that's all. But assuming that all this is correct, I don't agree with it. I don't support it, and I absolutely think it's wrong. I think the intent behind it was not, or was actually ill intent. So that I especially don't agree with it. I just like to keep information. I like to add information if I can to help anyone else, reach a conclusion or whatever, as long as the information is factual. That's all. That's all. I mean, I don't think that Rakin was sitting on this information. I just wanted to say that. And did I hear? Okay, no, I didn't. I give, I hate to say it like this, like I give, it's not my, I don't know, whatever. But as far as the mods in here go, if you're having a real hard, or if you're having difficulty with anyone in here, you have my full support and whatever to decide whatever you think is right. It's your guys' chat, I feel like. So, and I don't know what I do without you guys in this chat, so. I don't know. Why are the people mad at him? Moderate extremists, why are people mad at you? Issues. Oh, okay, I see what you, all right. I don't know what happened. I mean, as far as the whole chat thing of Charlotte's, I listened to the stream at work, but I couldn't watch it. So I don't really know what went on in the chat. I don't. I think any creator though, that they can. I think they have every right to do their chat any way they want. I don't know if what happened, if I would agree with it or not, but I don't really think it's, personally, I don't think it's my business. So. Okay, Karen, it's happened in your chat tonight. Stephanie G released information about Charlotte in this chat. She stated she works for the Attorney General. Wait, Stephanie stated that she works for the Attorney General? I'd have to question that claim right there. I don't think people who work for the Attorney General go around saying that they work for the Attorney General and dropping information. But but that's regardless. Yeah, if she was dropping information like that, or private information, whatever about Charlotte, or information that could be damning to her in any way, yes, I don't support that. And yeah, if my mods see it or whatever, do what you got to do. See, it's another thing too. And I know that if you've never really been harassed or whatever, or had to deal with shit online before, it's a lot more difficult to look at it this way. But having gone through it and everything, I don't know. Me personally, I don't really take a whole lot of it too seriously. Like if I was getting a whole bunch of emails or whatever, like mine mostly came in like Facebook messages, for the most part, and I just ignored them after a while. It's really the only thing you can do, I think. But yeah, that's the thing. Who said I don't give a f, and I don't give a f or fat f what Charlotte said or didn't do. She had no right to put her personal information out. I agree. Yeah, I get death threats. I don't take them seriously most of the time. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, people, I don't know. People just mouth off and everything all the time. And if they have some sort of sense of anonymity over them when they do it, or when they feel like doing it, then they're just more likely to do it, I think. See, here's the thing. Star Truther says, I support LB and Charlotte as well. I support them too. Absolutely support them. I haven't seen LB's video, so I don't feel as though I can comment on that. But I absolutely support these two creators. I support them as creators. I support them as people. I support them and agree with them as colleagues, absolutely. Even if I just don't agree with something they did, it doesn't change how I feel about them. It doesn't change the fact that I'm still going to enjoy their channel and their content. It doesn't change that I'm still going to partake in their community. And and if you feel differently, that's fine. I get that. I don't agree with, if you feel differently, I don't agree with going on the attack. Knucklehead, Charlotte did nothing wrong, period. I'm not saying she did do anything wrong. I don't know. I have my opinion on it, but that doesn't mean my opinion is right. That doesn't mean that your opinion is right, or even both of our opinions could be right or wrong. I mean, I don't think it's so much as it shouldn't be anyways. It shouldn't be an issue of what's right or wrong as far as what she did goes. I mean, you can have your opinion on it, but as far as this whole doxing and attacking one another, whether or not Charlotte was right or wrong, I don't even think matters. It's never right to do the shit that's being done to her right now. I mean, think about that for a second, though. Think about how difficult it must be for, if you're ready and willing and able to judge a person's your entire relationship with them, or to judge a person entirely on one thing they did or one action, one moment. Think of how difficult it must be for people in your life if they run a risk of being judged like that. Think about how it must feel to have one thing you did be what defines you in other people's eyes. I don't know. That's what sticks out for me. And especially Charlotte. I mean, I don't think that I question whether or not she'd even be capable really of causing an intentional harm to someone. I don't know. I agree with that. I mean, that's one thing that does worry me. Karen Nash brings up a good point. If this person was if this person was willing to release this information on Charlotte and everything, then it could mean that like really no one's safe from the same treatment or reaction, I guess. And that is a scary thought, because I mean, one thing that's come to my mind anyways is having the YouTube channel. Eventually, this is all I'm going to be on, I guess, I don't know, like in people's sites or on the receiving end of this. I mean, it seems like that's the way it goes in any community online, where eventually you're the person that everyone's mad at for the day or for the week or whatever. So, and I think I don't think if it's going to happen. I think kind of like when it's going to happen, and I kind of wonder what it is I do to cause it to happen. But I just hope that it's scary though when you think of like when you see how other people are being treated and you realize it's probably a matter of time before you're in their shoes. Then you start to wonder, well, how is it going to be for me? What's going to be done? You know, I don't know. I would think anyone in this community who's a creator might wonder about that. Yeah, good. Yeah, exactly, Claris Bear. Exactly. I learned today we all become targets eventually, eyes wide open. Yep. All right. I'm going to put this in there again. I am going to have to wrap this up though shortly because our dog's still not feeling too well. So I have to go help with that. But I'm going to put the link in there one more time in case anyone wants to come on and help me wrap this up. Yeah, it does suck to be doc. Absolutely. I mean, and especially when you're doxxed too, when it happens because everyone, like there's a whole group of people or mass of people like angry with you or hating on you, and then your information's out there. So now it's not only just that your information's out there, it's out there at a time when everyone's just like really fired up and ready to come at you, and it's released to those people. Shaz, where are you that you have some summer sun outside? I'm guessing Australia, huh? Did I ask you this before, I think? LB brings up a good point. Wait, where's the first one? She says, right, the FBI will be dissecting all her info, which she is absolutely okay with, but us on YouTube, we can't ask questions or we start getting death threats. And it's followed up with the FBI won't be online blasting it, but when it's turned over to the attorneys, we can believe that Brown or Saltz will post documents to tell the courts, and then the lawyers on YouTube will be dissecting. I personally, I kind of think that that's how, and when there's a court case involved, whether in the laws involved, whether it's civil law or criminal law, I don't know that am I wrong? I mean, I kind of think that that's how it should kind of happen though, because we at least have people who are bound by ethics and everything and have resources to get to the bottom of everything and to get to most, as much of the truth as possible and to do it correctly. As opposed to people on YouTube, I don't know, I would be afraid of making things worse. I would be afraid of ruining the court case for either side. I would be afraid of just, I don't know, I would be afraid of just being the one that, where if everything fell apart or whatever, and it was, it was something I did that helped contribute to that. And regardless, I think anyone, I mean, regardless of whether, I think everyone has a right to ask any questions they want. There's absolutely no doubt there. I question whether or not sometimes, like in a situation like today, whether or not it's the right thing to do. But either way, my questioning that should never, ever cause death threats to come my way. So anything Charlotte did should never have caused death threats to come her way, either before this or after that, at any time. And the same thing goes for Nat. The same thing goes for Katie. The same thing goes for you. The same thing goes for me. None of us should, there's nothing any of us can really do to warrant and justify getting death threats and harassment like this online. I think that's very important to try and remember. Keebler, nothing Charlotte has done will ever hinder the investigation with Fantasy World are these people. And oh, right, it's the internet. See, I wouldn't be able to sign off on that because I'm not a lawyer and I don't know anywhere near enough about the law to even know what I don't know. I mean, you're right. I see what you're saying. None of us are really that important. I mean, really, how much of an effect can we really have? I get that. And I agree. But in the sense of a court case or whatever like this, I mean, unless I don't know what I don't know. So I can't really say that with confidence, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, wow. Well, I know, Valerie, not everyone can ignore their emails. I get that. And even if they could, that doesn't mean that everyone, doesn't mean it's the right thing for everyone to do. Maybe it's right for me. Maybe it's not for her, vice versa. I mean, I fully support and I do agree that Charlotte has every right to and should do what she can to make herself safe. That is absolutely the first concern above all else. No, you're right, Al. You don't need a law degree to pointing out inconsistencies and everything. And I'm, again, you have every right to do that. I mean, I'm not questioning your right to do that or whatever. I don't know, depending on the situation, maybe I'll agree with your decision, maybe I won't. That's, whatever. In the same respect that you have every right, so do I. I mean, I just feel like if you are invested in a court case, like a lot of people are invested in this with this and Katie, and that should not blind your judgment. That should not blind your opinion. They shouldn't blind anything. I mean, you shouldn't have tunnel vision. I get that. But if you're worried about where the lawsuit ends up, if I was worried about it, I would kind of be extra careful, I guess, in how I handle things personally. And that's all I'm saying about with Charlotte is, I mean, I would be worried that I would do something to make things worse or to screw things up or whatever. And me personally, that would bother me. So this is why I kind of disagree with how she went about doing it. I don't disagree with her having questions. No, I don't disagree with her wanting answers. No, absolutely not. I don't disagree with that. That's all. It is crazy. Yeah, Carly. Isn't it crazy that Tati's case becomes less and less about Tati by the day? Sure. There you go. Yes, I will leave it up. Absolutely. The only reason why the last one wasn't up is because I had to do some editing, like I had to do some blurring out, and now it's giving me a hard time. So I just did Hoot. Heather, I don't know how she's supposed to get answers. I don't know. The thing is, though, I'm not sure that this would have given her answers. You know what I mean? Hey.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Nice to talk to you finally.
I'm not at my setup or anything, so I'm just kind of holding my phone. Thank you. Yeah, I was trying to like type in the thing, but there's slow mode on, so it kept like grading out what I was saying. But no, I was saying that like I don't worry about the case at all because it's a defamation case. So like whether or not Nat is being honest or not, I feel like that Katie has committed defamation against Tati. So I think they're going to win that. I think no matter whether or not Nat is telling the truth or not, it's not really going to bring too many bearings on the case because all she's saying is, hey, I spoke out and I got attacked. She's not saying, oh, I have proof that like she did not defame Tati. So that's why I'm not concerned with it. I'm concerned with it in some aspects, but not about like it affecting the case as far as Katie winning or not. I mean, Tati winning or not. Like, I think she'll win. Just my opinion, though.
Right. Oh, no, I absolutely agree. I mean, when it comes to like what the whole lawsuit is even about, I mean, Nat has no bearing on that one way or the other. I mean, the only thing she might have, she doesn't even really add to jurisdiction.
No,
I mean,
no. So I saw somebody say that. I saw somebody say, well, Nat comes into play because she lives in Washington, and I'm like, Nat lives in the UK. No. Like, no. So my camera's kind of can't figure out. There we go.
The only information she had to offer was that she's supposedly seen Katie say how she was deleting comments, or she saw Katie deleting comments, one or the other.
Right.
That's it. But I mean,
we already have proof of that. Like Salts has proof already.
Right.
That we delete stuff. So like. It's not as far as like the judge. I mean, I listened in on the first court hearing and I was astounded at how much the judge did not know. Like she didn't know who Nat was. She didn't know anything. She was like, what is this? You know? So I think the only thing that's going to matter to that judge is what the reasoning behind this case, behind the lawsuit, and that is defamation. So like, I don't think I'm hindering. You know, I got on my stream and it was actually set to be members only and like channel members and Patreon members. I forgot to actually set it to private, but I didn't go into it talking about Nat. Someone actually brought up.
Okay.
I was actually talking.
I haven't seen it yet, so
I didn't know it was not started for that. It was just like a hangout. I actually have not done a Patreon or channel member stream in a minute, so I wanted to do it for that, but I forgot to set it. And I started off like talking about my son. He had an eye injury and we was at the ER that day. So like I was talking about that. Someone
I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you. Someone asked, well, what do you think about, T-Spiracy's interview and the ex-mod? So I started talking about that, just gave my opinion. I was like, I don't know one way or the other, regardless of whatever it is, I don't feel like this person should get any hate. Like time will tell. Right. That's what it is. And then it went into me talking about the Nat situation. And the truth about it is there's been a lot of people behind the scenes that have been questioning it. And then the first time that anybody even said, like, things don't look right, you guys. Like some of these things just don't look right. They immediately started getting death threats. Immediately. This person had never gotten death threats before. Nothing. I mean, I stand with Nat all over their social media, but the second they said, I don't know, you guys, then it was like death threats, hacking attempts. I'm holding my phone, so it's moving a lot, but which obviously that was another red flag for me. So I'm like, all is fine and dandy when this person's speaking out about KJ, no hacking attempts, like, but the first time they and it was the same for me. The first time I questioned, like, hey, you guys, I've edited a lot. I've seen words stretched out these messages look stretched out, like something looks funny, I immediately started being told, don't question it, you can't question it. And I'm like, look, I've been a sheep in this community for long enough. I've been fooled, I've been taken advantage of just because I believe people like, oh, you know, their mental health is not well, like, so I don't want to say anything, but like I'm just questioning it, you know. I'm just saying, like, things don't sit right. I think it's pretty obvious if you really like look into things, you're gonna see red flags, you know. So I didn't think by me doing my video that it was going to cause like an uproar of any sort. I mean, not to the point to where Charlotte was going to get hate for it. Like, I thought some people may say, "Oh, I disagree."
But that's not your fault. I mean, regardless, the only people who hold any fault for the shit that Charlotte's getting is the people giving her the shit. So I don't want you to feel like I don't think it's your fault at all. And I haven't even seen your stream yet, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I do. You know, if you haven't watched it, you know, maybe go watch it or listen.
No, I'm going to.
I was very, you know, I was like, look, regardless of who did it, if Nat done it, KJ done it, KJ hired someone to do it, like someone done it. So there's questions there, you know, and if I would have known that that Charlotte was gonna get what she got, I probably would have told her like not to say anything. But I don't think that's fair. Like, I don't think it's fair that we as YouTubers have to be scared to say anything. Like, I was that way with KJ for a while. Like, there was a time where I was scared to report on certain people or certain topics or say certain things because KJ would like text me and like be rude to me and be mad at me for it. So like our channel is our outlet, you know, and I feel like we should have the right to go there and say what we want and question things if we want to, as long as we're doing it in a respectable manner and we're not trying to send hate, you know. And that's what I done. I felt Charlotte done that. And I just hate that like the people that disagree with us or disagree with Charlotte, they can't act like adults and be respectful to her and say, hey, look, I disagree. You know, I don't think we should be doing that. Like, there's people in the chat that they've been telling me, like, Leslie, I disagree. And, like, that's fine. Like, you're never going to see me, like, attacking someone when they're being respectful to me, even if they do disagree. Like, if you disagree, like, that's fine. If you think I made a mistake by the live that I done or by questioning Nat, like, as long as you're respectful to me and saying that you disagree, like, that's absolutely okay because you're entitled to disagree. So I do have
it's not even entitlement. I mean, it's only more understanding and learning more things can come from not agreeing. I mean, how about are we going to hear any other side or hear any other viewpoints or gather more information?
I actually
we need it.
I made a post on my community tab just like a couple hours earlier because of my stream that I done last night. There was like a topic that I brought up and someone like left a comment on my channel saying that I was like giving out false information because I assumed something. And so the person was like really rude to me, you know, and I was like, look, you're assuming too, but you're mad at me for assuming, but you can disagree with me and that is a-okay. But like, don't come to my channel or to my space where I feel like these are my friends where I'm just like hanging out with and then be rude to me and be a butthole to me because like in the end, who's the person in the wrong, you know, me on my own channel, giving my own opinion or the person that is acting like a baby because they can't take my opinion. So they're being a butthole to me, you know, like clearly I'm not in the wrong.
I mean, you can disagree with something, but imagine though showing up at someone's house, knocking on their door and then giving them a huge attitude because you personally don't agree or don't like or something they did, whatever. Imagine doing that. Just imagine how brazen that you would have to be to do that. I mean, you can respectfully talk about it, you know, or just, you know, hey, here's my take on it. You know, what do you think of it now that you hear this, you know?
Right. And I actually thought because the things that I was saying on my stream, a lot of people did not have access to because like a lot of the information that I got that really made me start questioning it was on Nat's IG account. And she only had like 30 followers. When she started like really locking it down and like kicking people off. So, and when I was telling people like, okay, this is what I saw that led me to question this. This is what I saw that like didn't make sense to me. People was in my chat saying, "Oh my God, I had questions before I even knew this stuff." Now I'm really like questioning like what is really going on here. So I also thought that not only like since the topic came up, I didn't do the stream to talk about it, but since the topic came up, I thought, well, here's a chance for me to tell people why I am having the questions that I'm having, and I do have the concerns that I have. Never once did I do it in a disrespectful way, and I made sure to say, like, whoever it is, like, let law enforcement deal with it when they figure it out. Like, I don't feel like we should be going to like attack these people or whoever it is. Let law enforcement handle it. But I don't know.
I mean, I understand the whole like having questions and everything, or just for me, it was a few things that just stood out as kind of odd or whatever. And like I said, someone had reached out to me in DMs, and I see what they're saying and everything. My biggest thing though, and why I didn't really go forward with is, I don't know how great of an attorney Salty is, but I mean, he's had a lot of success. I think we all know that. So he must be pretty good at what he's doing. Oh, yeah. And he definitely, I imagine he is able to afford the things that he needs to do to work a lawsuit. So I don't know. I kept thinking, what am I going to add? I mean, they have to have already have put people on this, on this person, on that, on her accounts. I mean, anything that I'm seeing here and everything, it has to be stuff that they already know about. So that was I don't know.
I don't think Salts knew about all the stuff that we do know about. Because, like, has Salts been watching KJ for a while? Yes, but only stuff that related to Tati. So, like, and it wasn't him. He had people that would watch Katie, and if she made a video where Tati was brought up, they downloaded it, watched it, printed out the transcript or whatever.
Right.
But, like, I think the reason why when Nat said, I've been watching KJ for years, when she started covering Micah Stauffer, that wasn't a red flag to him, but it was to me. I know, like, Katie's only started covering Micah Stauffer 8 months ago. So that, like, line one was a red flag for me, and I'm like,
right. But I mean, no, I see what you're saying and everything. But I mean, I would think though, as a lawyer, I'm not a lawyer, for granted, so I could be completely wrong here. But I would think that I would want to make sure that I did my due diligence, And if someone was coming forward, especially in a case where it's, I mean, it's not like everyone in the whole world or whatever is like interested, or even the country's interested. But there's a whole YouTube community, so that spreads out pretty far. That people are invested in this,
Right.
So I would want to make sure that anyone I put in here to make any kind of declaration was that I did my due diligence into checking them out.
You would think that he vetted them, right?
Right, exactly. Exactly.
That's what I would think too. But I think we've seen with the Kim Fulmer declaration that was not vetted properly, because Kim Fulmer done a declaration where she gave Lori Ann's information, her name, where she was from, and her job information. And that information was incorrect. And the real Lori Ann, the one in the community, had to step up and say, like, hey, that's not who I am. That's another Lori Ann, and that's another Lori Ann's job, and that's where another Lori Ann lives. And she may get hate. Like, I don't want anybody calling her job over this. Like, that information was not vetted, because he took, Kim. He
didn't share that though. I mean,
yeah, he did. It was in a declaration. It was in Kim Fulmer's declaration.
Salty's?
Yeah, Saltsy and Kim Fulmer's declaration. It said Kim Fulmer done her own investigation, and she found out that Lori Ann, her name is Lori Ann, she lives here and she works here. She works for the state of Washington, and that was not the correct Lori Ann. So I think he just, oh, you done your investigation? This is what you know? Okay. So, like, I think while Salty may be a great attorney, and I think he is, we know that he's won really big cases, I do think that things have gotten by him. When it comes to we're all human.
That's going to happen, yeah.
And also too, I think things were so crazy that it was believable, because Salty had never seen a case like this, I would imagine, where he files this lawsuit and this person still refuses to stop talking about Tati. She's actually, now she's on streams threatening him. She's on Twitter threatening him. So I think when he gets this person coming forward saying, hey, I just reached out to her to let her know XYZ, and I immediately started getting threats. He thought, makes sense, I don't doubt it, because I'm getting threats the second I filed this lawsuit. So I think to him, like, he didn't see the red flags that we have seen, the people that have, like, watched KJ for so long and been in this community for so long. because while he watches her when it comes to Tati, he is not watching her with everything else. So I think some things were able to get by him that were not red flags, and
right, and yeah, I get that.
There, I think that there should have been some human error there.
Yeah, I don't care who you are or what your profession is, and just to err is to human, or is human, right, or whatever. But the Kim declaration, though, I mean, he wasn't putting that out there as his investigation. Like he wasn't. No. I don't think it's not the same thing, but I see what you're saying. Yeah,
because it was the same thing as
put that. Right, to put that all in a declaration and everything, and then to have that end up being released or whatever without some sort of, I don't know, protection to the person.
I mean, while Salts didn't step up and say, this is the declaration, and I'm saying that everything in this is true, and I know that it's true because I investigated this myself, and I know this absolutely is correct, and it happened the way that Kim's saying it, and this is the correct information on Lori. I mean, he didn't do that with Nat's either. You know what I'm saying? He just said, this is Nat's declaration, and she is signing, swearing that it's true under perjury. So, I just think there were things that there's so many coincidences, and I'm still not saying that Nat is guilty of something. I absolutely want to wait.
Yeah, I don't think any of us really can know that, at least not yet. Yeah.
Right. I absolutely want to wait, see what's going to happen. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm dying to see what's happening.
Yeah. yeah. I think we all are. I think we're all like just curious to see what's going to come of this. You can have it.
Do you mind? Waxy's waiting. Do you mind if I bring her in, or?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring her in, and I'm just gonna run and get a soda. I have my ear thing in, so I can hear everything you guys are saying. So.
Okay.
Here we go. Hey, Waxy.
Hi guys.
LB's here. I'm going to go get a soda, but I can hear everything that you guys are saying. My speaker's still in, so just letting you know. I'll be right back.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Waxy.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You've done a really good job, by the way. I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank
you. Really good.
Yes.
Thank you. Keeping your head up there. You really have.
Yeah, I was debating on whether or not I should call in. I was like, maybe I'll go live and just kind of tell my side of it to kind of give people an understanding of why I done the stream that I done or said the things that I said. But then I was like, maybe I'll just go ahead and go here so the people here will understand, because also I think EKC, she said she didn't watch my stream, so I think she also didn't really understand that, like, what my reasoning was behind the questioning. Maybe
I saw all of the red flags myself, and I haven't done any video on it, but I have talked to other creators, and there's so much here, and everybody's tiptoeing because we don't want to be hurting an investigation. We don't want to be influencing things, but people are getting hurt. And I came back on because I've been in the chat this whole time, and I want people to think one thing before we end this tonight. I don't know when Erin's going to end it, but before I leave,
sure.
There is a very good chance that this has ruined Charlotte, that she won't come back. Was this worth it? Is this really who we are?
I agree.
It breaks my heart that this is what has happened tonight. I just can't even tell you how sad I am and sick. And I've reached out to Charlotte, and nothing yet, but I'm trying. It went.
I hope this doesn't. I don't.
Too far, and
yeah,
the fact that she's silent, because her and I are friends. We're not friends in real life like that, but we're friends here on YouTube.
Yeah.
That she's not answering, and another creator I know has tried to. She's hurt, and I just don't think this was worth it. I just don't
agree.
See. And when this all comes out, every bit of it, there are people that are going to have to say they're sorry. Okay, just
I hope they do. That's.
I agree. I think there should be people that say they're sorry now.
I
think
do
there's
too.
people
I
that
do
acted
too.
so immaturely and compulsively that they got their feelings hurt and they ran and they done something they shouldn't have done. And I think they should stand up now and say, hey, I acted in a way I shouldn't have, and I'm sorry.
I have to tell you, I was shocked that it was still there.
Is it still there now?
I don't know right now, but when I checked, I was like, I'm very surprised that she hadn't pulled it. It should have been pulled already.
Yeah.
And then you know that in Erin's chat there was a sock thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it, but yeah.
I know, but you're not aware of it, so.
Yeah, I kind of the way I approach the chat is I don't want to really like silence or whatever, or not give someone the ability to either share their opinion or even just call me out and tell me that I'm wrong. That's just how I prefer things. But I don't know. I'm wondering maybe I need to change that a little bit or something, because I don't want people doxing my chat ever. I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's Katie. I don't care who they are, what they've done. I just know. I mean, we can have discussions. We can have different points of view. We can even get heated sometimes and call each other an asshole, whatever, but there's some lines though we shouldn't cross. And I don't want crossed in here. So
yeah.
And they were crossed, but your mods did take care of it. So
that was one of the things that I think a lot of people disliked about Katie is, how mean Katie.
Well,
I never figure out which way I need to be. How mean Katie is to people and her followers, her subs, and whatever. I think that's one of the things that people disliked about Katie so much is she's a mean girl. And I think we see mean girl behavior tonight all over a stupid disagreement. Yes. You disagree with them, so you're going to go act like that. That's what I posted on my community tab. I said, disagree with me all day long. I will. That is absolutely okay with me, but you don't have to disagree with me and be a mean girl about it.
Yeah. I myself, I've seen this happen too, with just other people as well. I mean, this isn't the first time it's happened. This may be the worst that I've seen it happen, but
yeah.
And
you know what? I got to say about it. This is what I got to say about the situation. I reached out to Julie. Because my opinion is Charlotte should not give a damn what anybody has to say. If somebody disagrees with her, this is just a drop in the bucket. It's filled with people that love Charlotte and respect her, and they love her channel. And there's just a few people now that their butt hurt because they disagree with her. Rather than being adults and saying, look, I disagree with you, I'm going to sit this stream out. I'll come back in a week when, I'm a little bit more... have a little bit more composure about what's going on, because this stream really did upset me, because I see streams like that sometimes too, where I'll see a stream and I'm like, I gotta sit this one out for the next couple of weeks rather than watching this person. That is not Charlotte's fault that somebody cannot do that. That's their fault, and Charlotte still has a lot of love. She has a lot of people. I don't give a crap about Charlotte's background, what she done 20 years ago. A lot of people have things that they done when they were young. They made mistakes, and I think it's like I said, mean girl behavior to bring it up right now just because you disagree with somebody. And I'm probably going to get heat from the same person from this, but that person's already laughed at me before because I changed my name. Like when I changed my name, she laughed at me and thought it was ridiculous that I changed my name. So that put a sour taste in my mouth right there, because I got that mean girl behavior. And I was like, I changed my name because I got people like Katie running background checks on me. And while for the next year, people may still refer to me by my real name. Hopefully, in a year from now, it's LB. LB, everything is LB, everything is LB. So while you may think it's dumb and you may think that I'm stupid for doing it, I'm doing it because I have an end goal, and it's to protect myself, my family, and our privacy. Nobody gets on YouTube thinking that, in a year, they're going to have 12,000 subs and someone's going to be doxing them. You just don't do it. I mean, most people get on YouTube thinking, somebody may watch me, but probably not.
Right, yeah.
So you go in with it. A lot of people go in with it with their real name. That's what I've done.
Right.
I think people now go in it with another name because they've seen things that have happened, like the stuff that's happened with me, so people that are familiar with the community, when they start their own channel, now they're like, I'm not going to use my real name. It's for that reason. So I thought it was kind of mean girl attitude towards me when she laughed about it, and that just kind of put a sour taste in my mouth with her. But I was like, yeah, whatever. I didn't unfollow her. I just kind of set it out for a minute as far as looking at her tweets, and then once I kind of got over it, whatever. But I think this tonight was uncalled for. I think she owed Charlotte an opinion, an apology, and I think Charlotte should come to her channel and she should say, I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap about any of this. This is my channel. I'm going to tell my opinion. Like, I will always do it in the most respectful way, in a way that I think in a way where I don't hurt people. But this is my channel. I know my channel for me, it's just a little bit of it's mine, and just like, I'm sure y'all understand it's yours, and you enjoy it and you get pleasure out of it. So when it's taken,
cathartic.
Right. Yes, absolutely. So when it's taken from you, it hurts, it hurts. But I don't think Charlotte should let it be taken from her. I think she should go back to her channel.
No, I don't either. I fully agree. And I just want to say too, I come out in this stream, I've said, I just disagree with, the way she went, by her saying these things in a stream. Let me be clear. Charlotte doesn't have to agree with my assessment. She doesn't have to like it. She doesn't have to listen to it. Okay.
Right.
It's still her channel. She has every right. And we can just agree to disagree and still have a wonderful time with each other, hanging out on YouTube in our communities. Okay. And that's how I look at this. That's how I'm going to continue looking at this. And I really hope, Charlotte doesn't let this keep her from her channel, because what she's brought to this community, what she's brought to our lives, with my life, at times has far exceeded anything that this one decision could have possibly have done. She gives so much to this community, more than she's ever even come close to harming or whatever, and I think that's really important to remember, because I've joined many hours of her streams. They put a smile on my face. They made my workday a lot easier, whatever. And I think that she's probably done this for a lot of other people too. And I think it would really be shitty if she wasn't around to keep doing that.
I agree.
So.
I agree. And Erin, think about all of your guests. Every guest that's come on, whether they agreed or didn't agree with Charlotte's decision, have made the point that what has been done to Charlotte is over. Nobody has thought that was.
That's fine.
Nobody
saw that.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, you've done a good job, and you let us all talk. So thank you for that.
Thank you. I don't know. I just want to do a quick live just to, throw a few things out there, hear a few things, but I really didn't plan all this, but I love that it happened. I love how this went out so far, has gone, this whole thing. I love it. Oh my God.
In a long time. This was very important. And I hope that Charlotte reads the chat. Well, part of the chat, because there's a lot of support out there, and she has nothing to hold to shame. I wrote her and I said, all of this is more of a reflection on the person in Twitter than it is on you. It really,
absolutely
it really is.
Yep. Yeah. So. And I think intent is a huge thing. And I don't think Charlotte at any point in time had any ill intent, where the doxing of someone or the revelation of anything that they just would prefer not to have public, and there's no need or reason for it, there's ill intent there. I mean, I don't think anyone can really dispute that.
It was probably done in a moment of haste. I'm going to give it that. But it is bullying, and it's wrong.
Yes, yeah. I agree.
I still think that, that she could come forward and say, look, I apologize. And I didn't mean to, and I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have done it. I acted whatever. And I think she should do it. And I think a lot of people will I think Charlotte would probably forgive her in time, and I think a lot of other people would too. But you don't want to be like Katie, where you make a mistake and people's like, you made a mistake, and you're like, no, I didn't.
Double down.
Yeah.
People love humility. I mean, if you screw up or whatever, they can be angry as hell at you, but the second you humble yourself, then you see that anger fade away. I mean, that just makes all the difference in the world. I mean,
absolutely. So that's what I'm hoping she'll do. I'm hoping she'll apologize. I don't have no hate or anger towards her. like I said, I got mean girl vibes tonight from her, and I have in the past. But that don't mean she is a mean girl. Not always, you know. I have my moments too where I'm sure people have been like, "Oh,
Yeah.
mean girl vibes," you know, if I'm having a bad day or whatever. So I'm not saying that she is a mean girl, but you know, I guess she can prove it to us sooner or later on how she responds to this
How
situation.
she handles this. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree.
On that wonderful note, I am going to end the live stream because my dog's starting to whine again. So
thank you,
something's
Erin.
up with her ear. So thank you guys. Thank you, my last two guests here, LB and Waxy again. And thank you for everyone else who came on. And thank you for like 99% of the chat who's been awesome. And the 1% who hasn't, I'm rooting for you next time, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and I'm so glad. And thank you everyone for participating. It's been wonderful for me. I hope it's been great for you. And I hope it's been good for Charlotte too. I mean, I hope she sees stuff like this and she makes decisions on stuff like this. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
yep.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Okay, I'm going to call it a night then.
Bye.
Good night, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.